certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Good morning, boys and girls. Oh, let's scoot in. Let's scooch in just a little. So far from the table. I'm not ready to. There we go. Now I'm ready. Good. Welcome to the program. The Vikings are 12-2, and I think cheeseburger pie might have saved the Minnesota Vikings season. Unbelievable. Welcome to the program. We have a busy one today. As always, you come up short one part of the day. The other part of the day picks it up. You know, and look, there have been times where it's been the morning show picking things up. I get that, but the evening show has been picking up the morning. I think they're on a little bit of a streak these days. And it wasn't even an evening show. We had an afternoon show yesterday. We did 4 to 6, and it worked out. Or we did 4 to 7. We had so much overtime. But we returned back to the afternoons, and that time slot worked out really well. I would not hate going back to that, at least for the school year. It's not going to work during the summer. But for the school year, man, that 4 to 6 did not work out too bad. So that's something to keep an eye on. We had some monsters coming in during that evening show, which means that today the number is 190. Now, if we struggle in any way, shape, or form this morning, it's going to be depressing. Like, we crushed it yesterday afternoon. You look at the standings have changed big time. You got Gray Duckling in first at $162. You've got Crunchy in second at $160. You got Tommy Ups at $100, and you got Dina at $50. So you had a lot coming in during the afternoon show. And they stole the morning show's overtime, and we're way the fuck ahead again. For once, I asked the morning show audience, let us not rest on our laurels. Because technically, if you take away all the overages we have, you know, the over from Friday, if you talk about other audiences and the help that they gave yesterday morning show, technically speaking, the morning show missed by 180. I mean, damn. That's almost like could have taken the day off. So the Friday Rumble Friday show, the Sunday members show, and the Monday afternoon show fucking killed it. I mean, they did amazing work. So now I would say today, you know, Monday, not great. Tuesday, let's see if Tuesday can come in and fuck some shit up here. And, you know, silence some of these evening and Friday and, you know, Sunday, Monday afternoon people. let's see if we can shut them up a little bit. And maybe you take, take some of their overtime. I don't know. Either way, 190 is the number today. Bang it out quick. Let's call it a win. I mean, 190 for a morning show, that's a bad day. So we can knock out a bad day. And again, thank you to the Monday afternoon crew. Awesome. You guys, I was really nervous as to how a 4 o'clock show would go. And it was incredible. And again, cheeseburger pie may have absolutely saved the Viking season. So yesterday, it was Coyote Nevada who threw in a $5 super chat and asked, hey, are you drinking for the game tonight? Like wondering what kind of shape I'd be in for
today
for the morning show. And I said, no, I'm not drinking today. I don't feel like it. And then all of a sudden, here comes Chad Buzamok, and he goes, hey, wait a minute. The Vikings are on tonight. If you don't drink on if you don't drink on the Vikings, the big Vikings game here, if you don't have the Bloody Mary before the Vikings game, they're going to lose. They've won every game you've had a bloody for. They've lost the 2 games that you haven't had one for. And I started panicking, and I thought, oh, shit. And then Chad Buzamok and some other people start writing in, and they start saying, if the Vikings lose, it's your fault. If the Vikings lose and say someone has a horrific injury, it's all your fault. So we're scrambling last minute. Cheese comes up with a bottle of Tito's. He comes up with V8. And he comes up with some new-fangled buffalo seasoning rim salt stuff for the Bloody Mary. And we were able to get it done. And then I fucked around, and I threw some different spices and some different things in the Bloody Mary because it was just plain V8, which is what I asked for. And it worked. It worked really well. And the Vikings win 30-12 over the Bears. I was getting tweets. I was getting emails. I was getting show emails. From people just saying, oh, guess Cheese saved the season. Oh, I guess Cheese won the Vikings the game. And he did. I was texting with Cheese, and I mean, holy shit, man, it worked. 30-12, Skol 12-2, tied for first with the Lions, and in control of their own destiny. That's the biggest part. The Vikings have 3 games left. If they win them, they're the number 1 seed. They get a bye in the first round, and it's U.S. Bank Stadium all the way to the Super Bowl. So good things, positive things, good stuff happening.
But do they have to win all 3? Like, is there...
They don't have to, but if they do, they'll be the 1 seed. If they don't win all 3, we need some help from the Lions. The Lions have the Bears and the 49ers. Those are not really tough games. So just... do the work, win the games, beat the Seahawks on the road, then beat the Packers at home, and then beat the Lions on the road, and you got the 1 seed. So that's where we're at. Cheese getting the Bloody Mary stuff definitely made a difference right off the bat. The Vikings they looked like they beat a team 30-12. Sam Darnold didn't have his best game of the year, and the defense was incredible. So great work, Cheese. Big in the clutch. We paid Cheese, by the way. We did pay Cheese. Aaron's Dingley thing becoming a steel toe, bro. Hey, let's bump up those memberships. Let's give some memberships today. Let's break in the PayPal. Let's break in the Streamlabs. Let's break in the Venmo. Keep throwing in a couple of bucks. Like I said, it's a really, really, it's almost a half goal today for the morning show. So let's get that banged out and call it another win for the toe. Mr. O's Auto got my brakes done, and Mr. O's did an incredible job with that. They came in way under what everyone else wanted for the brakes. They got it all taken care of. They got it done yesterday, but I was on the air when it got done, so there was no way I could go out there and get it. Can't wait to go get it this morning and have a fully functioning, lovely vehicle again. All right, let's get things started. Trucker 18-wheeler with 199 says make sure ads are off. I did change the ad formatting for you for today, so we'll see how that goes you should be plenty pleased with how that worked out. Give me tips with $5 says, I thought if the Phillies win out, I think he means the Eagles, and the Vikings win out, Philly gets the number 1 seed. That is not how I've seen it, only because of the tiebreaker would be strength of schedule and wins against quality teams. And the Vikings have the tougher schedule and the more wins against quality teams. So if there is somewhere you can go. There's something called the ESPN playoff machine. Here, let's do that. Let's do that real quick. It's a fun simulator that you can fuck around with. It's just ESPN. Just search ESPN playoff machine, and what you do is you go in here and you click the winners of each game, and it'll show you what the playoff picture looks like. So, like right now, the Vikings are 12-2. We'd be going to Los Angeles to play the Rams in the first round because we'd be a wild card team. That fucking sucks. That's shitty. You don't want to do that. I'd rather go to Tampa and play the Bucks than go to LA and play the Rams. But let's go to next week. Let's say the Vikings beat the Seahawks. Where's the Eagles? I don't think the Eagles are going to go to Washington and beat the Commanders, but let's say they do. Then you got the Vikings beating the Packers. You got the Eagles beating the Cowboys at home, which I think they will. Then you have the Eagles. They'll beat the Giants at home. Let's say the Vikings beat the Lions. Yeah, that puts the Vikings in the number 1 seed. So if the Vikings and the Eagles both win out, the Vikings will be the number 1, and they'll get a bye throughout at 15-2, which would be tied for our highest win totals in franchise history. We won 15 games back in 1998. We win out, we'd be 15-2. We'd be the number 1 seed. The Lions would be, who'd the Lions? Let's say the Lions beat San Francisco and they beat the Bears. The Lions would be a 14-3 wild card team, which is madness. There's no such thing as a 14-3 wild card team unless you have the NFC North the way it is this year. So we went out. We take the 1 seed. Our destiny is completely in our hands. Let's seize it. Johnny, good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good. You seem very amped.
I'm excited, man. That afternoon show yesterday got us not only back on track, but over the moon. We're doing great. Again, 185. It's very doable, guys. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. Let's just have like 6 or 7 of you right now. Go in, click the PayPal link, throw $20 in there, call it a day. We got it. Let's go into the chat here. Let's see what the kids say. Somebody says, did you get brakes and rotors? How much was it? I don't want to say how much it was just because I don't want people going, yeah, that's too much. Oh, that's not a. But it was brakes and rotors, and it was $300 less than what the dealership wanted. And by the way, I had no problem with what the dealership wanted. I like the dealership. I like the place I bought the car. They do great work. Those guys are awesome. They don't hassle you for more money. They're very convenient. So not only is it professional work and it gets done really well and it gets done in a timely fashion, but it's also very convenient. So I'm willing to pay. But I took it to Mitch at Mr. O's. Mitch is always he always does great work, and he did it quite a bit cheaper. You know, when you go to those independent guys, you know, a lot of them their hourly rates are lower. You know, so you get you get a little bit of a deal. What's up? What?
My legs are jumping and twitching, and so the cat that was in my lap jumped out, and he caught the cable on my headset.
Oh, I thought you ripped off your headphones.
No. He just, my legs are twitching really, really badly. He was comfortable, and my legs are jumping, and so he jumped out of my lap and just caught the headphone cable. Sorry about that.
Do you need to go for a jog? You getting restless?
No, it's just my legs won't stop jumping. Whatever happened with my foot, I don't know. Maybe I did break something. It won't.
You broke
won't
something?
Stop twitching. I don't know. My toe's still swollen and my foot still hurts, and it's not like they'll do anything if I did break anything in my toe, but it doesn't seem like I broke anything. Jeez. But either way, my foot still fucking sucks, and now the other cat's here. But yeah, my foot just starts jumping every once in a while because my nerves are shot.
Well, I blame the cat. Mr. Beat says, sounds like it needed rotors. You are correct, sir. Sam Show says, by the way, Aaron, did you know you have a co-host? There's another guy next to you. I had a lot of stuff to update you guys on. A lot of shit happened.
I was dealing with internal struggles. It was actually rather convenient.
The afternoon show did crazy good. The Vikings did really, really well. I was excited about all that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that on my show I had a bunch of stuff that I was excited about that I wanted to bring to you guys. Did anybody ever say to Carson, hey, you know, Ed McMahon's right there. Ed'll jump in.
Ed knows his job.
Yeah. Ed has a job to do. By the way, I have to stop doing that because people think there are people, and they don't like me, so maybe they do know and they're just playing dumb. They think I'm serious when I do that. Like when I rant like that, they're like, you can see how mad he was, and I'm like, oh my God, you guys are so sad. I'm just like, you think me ranting, which is my thing. It's like if you watched Nolan Ryan throw a 103-mile-per-hour fastball and you went, something wrong with Nolan Ryan. Something wrong with him. I'm like, no, that's his signature. That's what he does.
He pitches quick.
Over-the-top hostility and rants. That's what I do. That's my gimmick. There's something wrong with Gold Dust. Why? He's wearing gold paint and being weird. Yeah.
Oh, you mean kind of who he is?
That's his gimmick. But you know what?
Sure the paint seeped in.
It was a tweet from one of the pretty antisocial girls, and they're not the brightest bulbs. They're kind of dumb bitches, so it makes sense. They're so thrilled I just mentioned them though. They love me. But yeah, they were like, you could tell Aaron was so. I love the deep digging fan fiction people. They go, you could tell Aaron was so mad that Johnny's done his own breaks before when he yelled at Johnny, good for you for doing your own breaks. I'm like, you mean the thing I do every day? I read it and I go, I know you need me to die. I know you need me to rot and fall apart and everything else. But I've told you guys a million times, be patient. It'll happen on its own. You don't need to force it. It makes you look sad and desperate. What is it?
I see this stuff and I'm like, do they really need you gone? What are they going to do?
Right. What would you do without me? Is it your period? Trucker 18-wheeler with $1.99 says the last game will determine who wins the NFC North. Ooh, I don't know about that. We got to go to Seattle next week. That is not an easy win. And then the Packers come to Minnesota the following week. That could be a tough one too. There's no guarantee that we win our next two games after this one against the Bears here. We got a lot of work to do. That's for sure. So
you think the Bears are a bye or a gimme, but not?
Well, we beat the Bears last night.
Right.
Our next three games, there is not a gimme in the bunch. Ironically, I think the easiest one might be the Detroit game. They got the news yesterday that David Montgomery, their running back, is out for the season. They lost another defensive player. They have like 9 defensive starters out for the year.
Due to what? Like injury or?
No, they just got they got to do their taxes and stuff. Yes, injury. It's fucking football. What do you think? No, just a couple of them got family reunions.
I don't know. I thought maybe,
There's a couple of birthdays. A couple
Minnesota, we lost a guy once for running a dogfighting ring. You never know what happens.
That was the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, those are the Atlanta Falcons?
That was Michael Vick.
Yeah, I thought he was a Viking.
No, he was not a Viking.
Oh.
He was a Falcon, then he was an Eagle.
I thought that was an accomplishment we had. Damn.
No, we had the
I've
guys.
Credit
we had
for that for so long.
We had the guys who fucked whores on a boat.
Is that like stolen valor when you're like, our team has this accomplishment, and they're like,
yeah,
your team
you can't steal another team's felon. That's wrong. You're not allowed to do that. But we had the guys who fucked a bunch of whores on a boat back around the turn of the century. We had a bunch of guys just take a boat out onto the Great Lakes, onto Lake Superior, and they just railed some whores. And which, if you ask me, whatever, it's fine. But it became a big story. It became a big news thing, They untied the bow line and untied the stern. Then they treated the girls like some bowling balls. Dante Culpepper and Fred Smoot were double-teaming whores on on Lake Gitchagumi. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says, first the election map and now the playoff machine. The only thing this motherfucker loves more than an infographic is a forehead you can watch IMAX films on. Goddamn.
Hey, dude, that's just handy. Like when you're camping and you need a screen. Just
Look,
stay very still.
I don't think my current girl has a massive forehead. I know people have looked at a few of the others from my past and they've had some forehead commentary to do. But no, I don't think I have a big forehead this time around. I think I'm the forehead in the relationship. Yeah, Lions are hurting with injuries. David Montgomery out for the year. Another defensive player out for the year. They're in trouble, man. I honestly, out of the next 3 games, unless Geno Smith doesn't play because of his knee this Sunday, that Lions game might actually be the easiest win for the Vikings. Since the Vikings lost by like a point to the Lions earlier this year, the Lions have the Lions have lost a ton of people, a ton of them. Snowcat Tish says, Aaron, I think Johnny is dozing off, JK, but he's totally checked out of this convo. Johnny was trying really hard to keep up.
I'm just not a sports guy.
He tried to jump in with the Michael Vick thing. He gave it his all. He was asking questions. That's like one.
So like they have the ball, it goes back and forth, and that determines who wins. Wow, interesting.
You got this. No, people ask me that. I know my neighbor asked me that when he found out I had a show. He was like, "Oh, do you talk sports on your show?" I'm like, "I wish I could."
Not enough people want to do it.
Everybody fucking hates sport. I've like one of the biggest sports fans out there made a show, and for some reason, the audience of tens of thousands of people I've attracted over the years hate sports.
None
talk.
of them like sports.
Go figure. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand.
The only way it could be worse is if they started liking really obscure sports, like the Ocho. No, they're sitting there like, oh, actually, no, they have because Booze Kashi, but we love Booze Kashi.
They read obscure sports.
So it's like, oh, I don't give
a
fuck about football, but can we talk about, shuffleboard?
Plus, you're getting into that time of the season where the amount of people who care, about their teams has gone from 32 to like 15 because there's 3 games left and there's just not that many teams in contention anymore. Like Browns fans don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but this is about the time where fair weather Minnesota fans start getting like, we can do it, guys. We could go to the Super Bowl.
Hey, shut the fuck up. We can do it, and we can go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but when the fair weather fans show up, that's when the Vikings shit the bed.
We're all Vikings fans, and we were all Vikings
Remember
fans.
my deal, and I'm going to stick to this until we win the Super Bowl. I am going to doubt this team till the very end. You have your Bloody Marys. I have my pessimism.
I'll have my Bloody Marys, and I'll wake up in the morning with no voice because alcohol dries out the vocal cords. Aaron's Dingley thing with $2 says, you missed my membership message. Well, let's go to it. Aaron's Dingley thing. Aaron abused me last night in celebration of the Vikings win. I haven't been throttled like that in months. I feel bad for Aaron's O-ring. Thanks, SP. Thank you. Thank you very much. Aaron's Dingley thing. I feel like he's Carl walking into the tent in Billy Madison. I'm just like, Carl, so nice to see you. Thank you, Aaron's Dingley thing. And Red Fox Mad with $4.99. That's going to drop us down a few more dollars. $180 away from this morning. Like I said, jump into that PayPal and that Streamlabs and that Venmo, and let's take care of this half a goal this morning and show the evening audience that they don't have to carry everything. All right? Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats. Thank you, guys. Very, very much. Okay. Red Fox Mad sent us a clip. Oh, good. Do we get to go down memory lane on the Vikings Love Boat scandal? All right. Why do I have to jump around? This says jump around. It's 11 minutes. Let's fucking go, bro. Mussolini Diff with $2 says, Aaron, talk about our favorite sport, pickleball. A bunch of old cunts trying to stay active. I don't mind. Just don't let me see you playing it. Play your fucking pickleball in private. Don't do it around me.
I think old people should have to play racquetball. And we can launch the balls at them. We can lose some people, but it's worth it.
Racquetball or pickleball?
Racquetball.
Is racquetball a rough one?
Pickleball is just racquetball for pussies.
Oh, okay. I thought it was tennis and ping pong combined.
Kind of, yeah. But I feel like that's the gimme of like racquetball. The ball's coming for you, but the problem is it's bouncing off of everything and it's hard as.
All right, let's do this. Thank you, Red Fox Mad. Let's get everybody caught up. If you don't know about the Love Boat scandal, oh my God. Back in like 01 or something, or 02, a bunch of Minnesota Vikings, including our quarterback at the time, Dante Culpepper, and one of our leading corners at the time, Fred Smoot, and our left tackle, Bryant McKinney, were on a chartered boat out on Lake Superior from Allen Almas, and they just had a fucking debauched, crazy, sex-fueled, I don't know if it was drugs too, probably. They had a fucking romp out on Lake Superior. Here we go. This is the 2005 Love, but not 2002. 2005 Love Boat scandal. Here it is.
The media obviously found that entertaining, and it became a scandal all over ESPN. But what really happened in Minnesota in October of 2005? Today on Football Lore, we investigate the Minnetonka Lake incident. If you like the NFL, be sure to press the like button so we can get more.
The football guys are going crazy out there at Lake Minnetonka.
Lake Minnetonka, I got that wrong too. It was Lake Minnetonka, not Lake Superior. Well, it could have been White Bear Lake, or it could have been up by Moose Lake. But he was a football player, and I said, they go, I'm looking for a woman action on the boat. And I said, I don't arrange that sort of thing. And he said, well, you must think I'm some kind of a jerk. And I don't say nothing. And he goes, the last guy who called me a jerk, he's dead now. And I said, well, that don't sound like too good of a deal for him. And he said, yeah, he's dead, and I don't mean of old age. And I don't say nothing. So let's find out a little bit more. By the way, thank you, Trucker 18 Wheeler with $2. He says, talk about hockey. I can barely get these motherfuckers to listen to me talk about football. I ain't getting them to listen to me talk about hockey.
Unless there's a death, nobody else cares.
Unless there's cocaine on Lake Minnetonka.
Videos like this.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Coming into the 2005 season, the Vikings had high expectations. Dante Culpepper was supposed to lead the team to a Lombardi trophy, but after
not lead it into darkness. Anytime I hear someone say you were supposed to blank, I think you and McGregor.
After 4 weeks, they found themselves with a 1-3 record. This was not as good as they were hoping for, but during their 5th week bye, they decided to rent some houseboats on the nearby Lake Minnetonka. It was supposed to be a calm weekend to relax and have fun as a team, and then
right, that sounds wholesome, right? That sounds nice.
Yeah, just a weekend on the water, just kind of, ground it out, get yourself centered, let go of the stress. Sounds good.
Yeah, grab some houseboats, head out on Lake Minnetonka with some of the guys. Who knows? Maybe do some fishing, have a couple of beers, get your mind off of football for a little bit. Sounds nice. So what went wrong?
some anonymous teammates decided to invite some women they had met in Miami and Atlanta who worked as professional well. I don't know.
Oh, boy. So you had a few guys get some houseboats on Lake. This is how it always starts. You get something nice. You get a good time planned out. And then fucking some asshole has to invite his girlfriends. Hey, I met these girls in Miami and Atlanta. They seem nice enough. What are they? Oh, they're whores. Let's not invite whores onto the boat. I feel like this is going to come back to us. I feel like this kind of shit comes back around. No, it's totally fine. Just let my whore friends come on the boat. I don't think it's a good idea to let your whore friends on. It'll be fine. Just let the whores on the boat. It'll be cool.
If word gets out, no, you don't understand. These are respectable whores.
Oh, I paid them a lot of money. They're good. They're gonna be. We're 1-3, dude. Let's have some fun.
To say this, so let's just go with entertainers. I am gonna call them biologists for the rest of this video because after all, we ain't nothing but mammals. Well,
first of all, can we declare one thing, Red Fox Matt? Thank you for sending us the Love Boat thing. We can revisit this, but this guy fucking sucks. He's terrible. And I'm sure, this is what I hate about the world is that we do a better show than just about anybody. We do a very entertaining show. It takes up a lot of time eats a chunk of time that very few people can do. and brings you a lot of different topics, covers a lot of ground. Very funny. Nobody in the world is creating Deshaun Hannity. I'm the most talented broadcaster alive. But guys like this get a lot of subscribers, and it just goes to show you the complete lack of taste the American people have. Like, people are right. Like, the rest of the world is right about us. This guy fucking stinks. That's an awful line. Anyone who talks like that shouldn't have any notoriety whatsoever. But this guy's like, I'm going to call him biologist because he ain't nothing but mammals. You should be disqualified from having an audience when you talk like that. Like, the guy, someone who should be popular is someone who goes, and these guys invited a bunch of whores. Look, I just cut 30 seconds off your video. It just became more concise. That guy took 40 seconds to say whores. Some guy invited some whores onto the boat. Okay. See, now, Johnny, did that not conjure an image? And did
that put it pretty much succinctly.
Right. Put it right. The Vikings started 1-3 in 2005. It was a really disappointing season. So during the bye week, a couple guys wanted to rent some houseboats, go out on Lake Minnetonka. But a couple of their teammates invited a bunch of whores from Miami and Atlanta on the boat. All right, cool. We're set up.
Alongside this, they hired a crew that was supposed to pilot the boats as well as provide food, drink, and cleaning services.
Yeah, there was. Did you hear about the crew they had on the boat?
No.
It was a pretty star-studded event. They had a movie star, a professor, a millionaire, his wife. There was a guy driving the boat. They called him the skipper. Mm-hmm. And then his first mate was named Gilligan.
All right.
And they were just out on Lake Minnetonka. You know how long they were supposed to be out?
I thought they said the weekend. I thought this was a weekend.
It was a 3-hour tour.
Oh, dear Lord.
A 3-hour tour. Yeah. And then the seas started getting rough. These tiny ships were tossed.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say if it weren't for the leader of the crew, that these ships would be lost. It's the theme song to Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, I get it. Again, guys, it's the crazy.
My shit's really cerebral, so I just needed to make sure you knew.
Layers and levels, people.
I'm better than this guy.
Crew would serve as witness to the debauchery that would go down over
By the way, the whores did not look like this, and the players did not look like this. This is college spring break for rich kids. Bro, if you think the whores that they brought on if you think they were these plain Jane B cup bitches, this one's pregnant, by the way. No. Those were not the whores.
Is she pregnant or is she leaning really far in?
I don't know, but it's sexy.
She has no ass.
No, she doesn't.
The no legs, no ass.
Yeah, we're divorced.
the next few days. The party started when the players got a limo to take them to the lake. They were NFL players, so naturally the bottles started popping, and when they arrived at the lake, some of them were already...
All right, I really fucking hate this guy now. I hate his channel.
This is why he's saying jump around.
Yeah, Red Fox Mad, I'm really... Okay, I see why you're saying jump around. You know what? Fuck it. I'm giving up. I'm going to...
Let's find a better one.
Fox 9 Love Boat scandal. I'm seeing if we can just find the old news coverage from it. Barstool did one. How many subs does it? Oh, that guy only has 3,400 views on that video. Our morning shows do more viewers than that. That's okay.
We can feel better now.
I'm fine with that. Okay, so we don't have a... Here, Love Boat scandal... news story. Here we go. Oh, they really want us to watch the Oh, here we go.
Douche canoes one.
Here, perfect.
In 2000,
This one only has 67 views. Fuck it though. It's only 3 minutes long. We just want the facts.
2005, the NFL was rocked by scandal when reports emerged of a wild party aboard a boat hosted by several members of the Minnesota Vikings. What started as a night of celebration quickly spiraled into...
See, now fuck this. Why does this video only have 67 views and that other one has 3,400? This is way better.
Is it maybe newer? And this also sounds like it was done with like an AI voice thing.
So what? That's
who knows?
fine. It's giving me just the facts. I just want the news. Tell me what happened. I'm not injured. Like, that guy is not good at like ad-libbing and thinking of funny shit to say. Stop trying. Let's just say they're biologists because we ain't nothing but mammals. Honestly, dude, get an AI voice. Give me the facts of the story. And you've got yourself a way better fit. And get rid of those fucking retarded videos of the guy with the tie on his head. What I'm trying to say is I hate our culture. It's bad.
To a public
This was a great
relations
story, and you ruined it.
He did. He fucked it up.
nightmare for the franchise. To understand the magnitude of the Love Boat scandal, we must first examine the culture within the Minnesota Vikings organization at the time.
A lot of people might be thinking right now, Aaron, you did a Gilligan's Island reference in a scandal that references a completely different sitcom. Why didn't you do Love Boat? I'm sorry, TV Land didn't have episode of Love Boats on at 6 in the evening when I was a kid. I watched Gilligan's Island. That's my boat show.
Known for their talented roster and passionate fan base,
Fuck yeah.
the Vikings were no strangers to controversy, but nothing could have prepared them for the fallout from this infamous incident. On the night in question, several Vikings players, coaches, and staff members boarded a rented houseboat on Lake Minnetonka for a private party. What ensued would become the stuff of legend.
That sounds awesome, actually.
I know. Like, you look back at the Love Boat scandal and you're like, why couldn't you just let these guys go? Like, why couldn't you? So they went on a boat and they got a bunch of whores and they cut loose. They were 1-3. Leave them alone. Maybe they would have had a better year. Maybe that's all they needed.
As alcohol flowed freely and the boundaries of acceptable behavior were pushed to the limit. As details of the Love Boat scandal began to emerge in the media, it sent shockwaves through the NFL community and beyond. News outlets around the country covered the story extensively, shining a...
Hey, get Kevin O'Connell out of there. He had nothing to do with the Love Boat scandal. Kevin O'Connell was a fucking teenager when this happened. Knock it off.
Harsh spotlight on the Vikings and tarnishing their reputation in the eyes of fans and critics alike.
I don't know if it tarnished our reputation. We were choke artists before this. At least we scored that night.
Dude, we're the Vikings. So you're saying a bunch of Vikings got on a boat and fucked some bitches? Sounds like they were getting into character.
Dude, yeah, as far as Vikings goes, like, getting consent is a big step for them.
In the aftermath of the scandal, the NFL launched an investigation into the incident, leading to disciplinary action against several players and staff members involved.
Oh, fuck you. So the Vikings have some whores on a boat, and the league's going to look into it. Tom Brady 100% deflates a shitload of balls on purpose and knew it was happening, and you guys don't do a fucking thing. All right, cool. No, it's fine. No, we had booze and whores on a boat because that's never happened before in NFL history. The quarterback and his coach tell their equipment guys, deflate the balls so they're easier to grip for us. We'll destroy people. Like, the game they found the deflated balls, the Patriots won like 34-6. Like, it made a difference.
Fines were handed out and suspensions were served. But the damage to the Vikings' image was already done.
Yeah. It was a really shitty year when everyone saw us as super fucking cool and badass. Like, who here, like, what sports fan? This is how you know that we have too many, like, women and fantasy football nerds as football fans. Like, if you hear a story about, like, a bunch of your favorite football players just got ripped as fuck and fucked whores on a boat, and you'd be like, the only thing that's not cool about it is that it's Minnesota, so we had to do it on a lake. You know, it's not like they were out on the ocean getting a charter boat or they were in the Mediterranean. It's like, we had to be in a lake that's in a metropolitan area. Other than that, it was pretty rad.
The Love Boat scandal sparked widespread condemnation from fans, community leaders, and even fellow NFL players who...
Jealous, and jealouser.
Yeah.
That should have drawn some real free agent interest to Minnesota. Hey, you want to fuck some sluts on a boat?
Guys, we're the party team.
Yeah. We're the fuck girls on a boat team. We're Vikings. The only thing that's disappointing is they weren't longboats.
who were appalled by the behavior exhibited by the Vikings that night.
Terrible.
The incident raised important questions about accountability and responsibility in professional sports.
How about this? How about fuck you? When that and I'm this big of a Vikings fan, yes, I'm defending the Love Boat scandal. How about this? How about when this was happening, while the NFL was reporting on this, the very second that ESPN was talking about this, Michael Vick had one hand on a dog's head, shoving it underwater, and the other one with a cattle prod, shocking the shit out of a caged pit bull. How about that? How about Michael Vick was executing a dog with one hand and strangling one with the other for losing the dog fight? But hey, we fucked whores on a boat. We have to learn our lesson.
While the Love Boat scandal may have been a dark chapter in the history of the Minnesota Vikings,
Phrasing.
it also served as a wake-up call for the entire NFL. The league
Yeah, don't have fun. If you're 1-3, don't blow off steam.
Or loads.
Right, yeah. Keep your loads to yourself.
implemented stricter policies and guidelines to prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future.
Eat my ass, which is something that was heard on that boat a lot that night. And yelled in much the same fashion. Yeah, no. Fuck that. This, like, now that I'm hearing this back.
It sounds like an awesome party. So far,
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear. Like, I've been terrified that we're going to hear about, like SA stuff. And then I'm like, all right, that's not cool. But so far, it sounds like it was just a big party.
I just thought about that. And now I'm worried, too, because I don't remember if that was part of this or not. It's been a while since I've revisited Love Boat.
Emphasizing the importance of integrity and professionalism. In the years that followed, the Minnesota Vikings worked tirelessly to rebuild their tarnished reputation, focusing on community outreach, charitable initiatives, and a commitment to excellence both on and off the field.
Suck my dick. The NFL, while they were investigating the Vikings Love Boat scandal and making the Vikings everything that's wrong with football, the NFL was actively hiding information from players about what shots to your head and repeated concussions do to your long-term health. While we were
They
fucking
were knowably vegetableizing you people.
right, while we were fucking whores on a boat, which sounds like a great time, the rest of the NFL wasn't being told that those shots they were taking to the head and then getting up and getting back in the huddle and doing another play with your helmet on sideways, that was going to lead to you possibly K-ing yourself later in life. Cool. No, you're right.
At least the shots to the face the ladies took wash off.
Exactly. You get a warm, wet towel. Everyone's fine. They go home happy.
While the scars of the Love Boat scandal may never fully heal, the Vikings remain determined to move forward with integrity and pride.
Yeah.
The Love Boat scandal will forever be remembered as a cautionary tale of the dangers of excess and recklessness in professional sports. It serves as a reminder that no team or
A reminder.
Remember. I love the AI voices.
There's nothing wrong with this. This is way better than the first video we had.
Oh, absolutely.
player is above the law, and that the consequences of poor judgment can have far-reaching implications for an entire organization. As we bring our journey through the 2005 Minnesota Vikings Love Boat scandal to a close, we are left with a sobering reminder of the fragility of reputation and the importance of accountability in the
Holy
world
shit.
of sports.
It's like the end of a fucking Scorsese movie, this little dismount she's doing.
May this cautionary tale serve as a lesson to future generations of athletes and fans alike.
Get brain damage and like it. Don't you dare have any fun. You pieces of shit. You fucking assholes.
I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't hear any part of that actually qualifies as a scandal to me, other than the fact that, like, yeah, maybe if they were married, it was a problem for them and their wives, but that's still not a scandal.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's just a party.
Still fine with it. Number $1, 383 Novocaine with $1 says, Aaron, you are forgetting one thing. It's the Vikings. They are choke masters at their best. Kevin O'Connell's changing the culture. That's what I keep hearing. Approachable with $1 says, Aaron, I didn't know you descended from royalty. Here's a photo of your ancestor, Tsar Paul I. From the eyes up, it's a mirror image of you. All right. Let's see.
Uh-oh. I mean, eyes up. I mean, you guys seem to have the same chin. Definitely difference in the nose, though. I will give you that. That is not your nose.
Guys, it's not a compliment just because he was a czar. All right? Let's shoot each other straight here. He was a hideous man. A hideous man. Klopogram says live footage of the players on the boat. Oh, wow. We have live Love Boat footage. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at. This is the Minnesota Vikings in 2005, the Love Boat scandal. I didn't know we made a music video.
I don't know that we needed to. This doesn't look like...
That doesn't look like... Kloppo, your links are usually spot on. This doesn't look like Vikings players.
Yeah.
This might have been the boat they gave the coaches.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Nachos, lemon heads, my dad's boat. You won't go down because my dick can float.
Yeah, see, I think, you know what? I'm
going to say these aren't the Vikings.
friends of the backup tight end. These might have been Jimmy Kleinsasser's buddies.
Water Boys?
Maybe. They might have been Jimmy Kleinsasser's friends. Perhaps Nafahu Tahi maybe brought some buddies on the boat. I'm not really sure.
Mascot should never take off their costumes.
Every time I come, I produce a quad. Put on your life vest, let's drop anchor. There's a nice lady who I like to swank her.
Yeah, I don't. You know what, Klopogram? I'm not going to doubt you because you dug through and you found the links for us. I don't know if that's actually footage from the Love Boat. I'm skeptical. That's all. Snowcat Tish says, I don't remember this, but I don't get it. They had a party. It was on a boat instead of Vegas. Yeah. Well, here's what got them fucked up. They brought the boats back to the place they chartered them from. And
they were covered in jizz?
They were in bad shape. Like, they fucked these boats up.
Uh-oh.
And so, like, the place that owns the boats basically called the Vikings, called the news, called the league. And we're like, yeah, these guys fucking destroyed our nice charter boats. We got to spend a fortune cleaning them up. Like, they had to hit the Vikings up for money and all this other shit. It became a thing. Snowcat Tish says, please tell me you're fucking around. You do. Dude, but honest to God, this is how I know that maybe the internet isn't for us, that maybe, and by the way, we're retards. We should not be too cerebral or too subtle for people. But between the people who got mad at me and like the hater steel toe people who got triggered by me pretending to throw a fit about Johnny being able to do his own breaks, and people not thinking that I'm being serious and that I don't know that that's John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell. You understand, if I have to admit that now, that ruins everything we did.
That just completely crushes the bit.
Yes. I knew that was Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly doing a bit from their movie. I wanted to pretend it wasn't. I wanted to have a little bit of fun for a second. This is what I'm trying to produce every 10 or 15 minutes on this show. Ready? I imagine my listener is someone who's at work. He's working a monotonous job that's the same every day. And this is what I'm trying to get out of him every 10, 15 minutes. Ready? That's it. If I can get them to hang around for 5 or 10 minutes, for them to go, all right, where's this going? All right, cool. I didn't know about this. Oh, I'll listen to this story. And then in every one of those stories, there's a moment where they go, I'm happy. That's all I got. That's my job. That's it. That's all I got to do. And then maybe every 30 minutes, I get enough people to go, that they go, here's a 10. But like, if I got to go, oh, by the way, guys, I was only kidding. I know that that's John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell and not former Vikings tight end Jimmy Kleinsasser's friends. Kind of fucks shit up. That's all I'm saying. Just kind of fucks shit up. Trucker 18-wheeler with 199 says, never heard of this. I'm also 24. You've never heard of Love Boat? Well, yeah, you were 5 years old. Why would you have heard of Love Boat?
Now, you see, son, if you ever go pro, remember, you want to play for the Vikings because they get them some whores. What?
They got whores on them on that Vikings team. They got a bunch of skanks. Red Fox Mad with $9.99 says the boat company had high school students working. The Vikings players were naked, walking around the boat and having sex and oral sex in front of high school students. All right, that's bad. That is not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
Don't do that. Don't get blowjobs in front of high school kids. Hey, can I, if I may, don't get blowjobs in front of other people. Is that a good rule that we can go by?
I didn't know we needed it as a rule. I usually don't get blowjobs in public places.
I've gotten blowjobs from people in front of people, and I've had sex with people in front of people. It's not good. It's awkward as fuck. It's fair. It's not. Don't look at me like that.
I'm not.
It's awkward.
Right,
it's awkward as all hell.
I mean, I've been around. I didn't feel well then, When you all right.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Especially when you're just having sex with someone and people are just looking. Like they're not. It's just they're seeing you have sex with another. It's like this. I'm not enjoying this. This is weird. This is odd. I need to turn my life around because the direction it's going right now is fucked up.
I'm a performer.
I don't want to be that kind of a performer. Thank you.
Sam,
saying what's that?
So they're saying you couldn't perform?
Let's just say maybe others decided that they wouldn't, and I did for a little bit. Look, fact is, let's not go back there.
Good.
All right? Let's not go back
there.
I'm
fine with that.
Happy birthday. Dub says one actress on Love Boat later spoke on her coke habit developed while filming the TV series. Oh, well then there's a connection there. Coltrane says, Aaron, you fucking I know. Let's not talk about it. Maybe it was a mistake to bring up the Love Boat scandal. All right?
Perhaps.
Maybe we didn't need to bring up the Love Boat scandal. But hey, the Vikings won. The Vikings also had a clit piercing, if you want to show that today. What? Vikings also had a clit piercing. Okay. $2 from Matthew Q. He says, I have a theory, Aaron, that if it winds up being Vikings-Bills in the Super Bowl, they have to do a whoever loses has to quit the NFL thing because the first one to lose 5 Super Bowls without winning has to back out for good. What do you think? I think a Vikings-Bills Super Bowl would be an awesome Super Bowl to have. Because it would. It would be 2 teams who have gone to 4 Super Bowls and have never won. They are the Vikings.
So the streak ends for somebody, and the pain gets worse for somebody else.
Somebody's O has got to go. And the Vikings and the Bills are a combined 0-8 in Super Bowls. Thank you very much for that, Matthew Q. I appreciate that. Guys, it's only 170 today. Throw in some PayPal, some Venmo, some Streamlabs. Become a member on YouTube. Let's knock out 170 in no time. Let's get that done easy. What do you say? Feeling a little generous? Plop a 20 down. Let's get this thing moving in the right direction. We have a quick update in the Jay-Z lawsuit category.
Okay.
There's some crazy bitch out there who's just making shit up publicly. Her name is Jaguar Wright. Now, I'll say this. I appreciate that this woman who's coming forward is actually using some kind of name. I don't think her birth given name is Jaguar Wright. It could be. It could be. I met a black woman whose name was Mercedes. She was named after the Mercedes, but they wouldn't.
Mercedes?
It's a real fucking person.
She looked you in the face and said,
I was doing comedy at Benton Station.
Mercedes.
And she said that her mother named her Mercedes because she didn't want to name her exactly after the car, but she wanted to spell it the same way. So she named her Mercedes, but pronounced it Mercedes. So these
Mercedes.
I'm saying people can be named after cars. I have a daughter, I have a sister named Winnebago. So it can, that's a white people. When white people want to name their kids after vehicles, they name them after RVs. Like I have a cousin named Lasharo. I have one cousin named Leprechaun. I thought that was a bit rich. I didn't think we needed to go that deep into RV.
I got a cousin named Great Country.
Which, by the way, everything we've just said, except for Leprechaun, probably Native American names. You can probably find a Winnebago. In fact, that's probably what the Winnebago was named after. It was like a Native American chieftain. So this Jaguar Wright says that she's working with Tony Busby in a lawsuit against Jay-Z for some Diddy Party shit, right? There's only one problem. Tony Busby has no fucking idea who this lady is. This is the video that Jaguar Wright made, saying that she's...
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah. She's wearing a shower cap in her video.
I know that the attorneys were wanting to speak to you, but I don't think that they knew how to get in touch with you exactly, or they had tried to. And I was just telling your producer, we received an email that...
That's the face Jay-Z made when he saw this woman's titties. It's just kind of, oh.
I'm sorry. I'm watching this video. I'm like, you just, and maybe I'm a dick for thinking this. You just want the money, right? Like, you're like, I'm going to just try and get some money.
See, I wasn't sure. When I first saw this, I thought this was former Bucks linebacker Derek Brooks. I didn't even know that this was Jaguar Wright. I thought we were watching a contract negotiation for Derek Brooks to become an NFL commentator.
Everything was encrypted. They didn't say who they were, but they left this phone number.
Oh.
It was pretty informative and a little different than normal, and so I thought I would call, and I'm glad I did. So, would it be okay if one of our attorneys called you?
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, because the truth is, everything that's happening to your firm has been happening to my life for the past 15 years because of the Carters.
So she's saying that Jay-Z and Beyonce are, putting the screws to her literally and figuratively.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We are somewhat familiar with everything that you've said. I know you've been online a long time.
By the way, if you want lawyers to work with you on a lawsuit, you know what you don't do?
Film their phone calls.
You don't film their phone conversations for clout on the internet so that you can show people and go, see, I'm working with Tony Busby to sue Jay-Z. Yeah, keep that shit under your hat, please. There's some stuff that I know that's going on right now, but you know what? I got to shut my fucking mouth about it.
God, these lawyers don't know shit. I'm going to show them how real masterminds work. Uh-huh. Yeah, which one of you didn't graduate high school? Show of hands. All right. Cool.
Yes. Yes. Trying to gain awareness.
Got worse.
She's rectangle shaped until you get to her tits.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Dude.
No, I said.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? You knew you would be filming. Why are we?
She's filming herself talking to the attorneys. She's acting like she's playing this like the attorneys are getting in touch with her to talk to her about, like, hey, we need you. They're trying to say, like, hey, Jaguar, right?
We need you
for this. When in reality, it was her who called Busby's office being like, the Carters have been fucking with me forever and blah, blah, blah. I have a hard time believing that Jay-Z has made this woman a priority in his life.
I do too.
Yep.
Just trying to gain, give the public some awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if there's one thing the public doesn't know about, it's Jay-Z and P. Diddy right now. She needs to really blow the lid off this scandal. It's a real tempest.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, so would it be okay if an attorney reached out? And
Absolutely. We can talk on Monday. And
Now, don't focus on the conversation you're having about seeking justice for the way you've been treated. Make sure that your camera is in the right place while you're filming the conversation with the paralegal.
This lady is so see-through. It's awesome. I love her.
But this, you understand, this is why, like, this is the kind of shit that's going to fuck up everybody else's Diddy case.
Yeah, that's an actual victim. Yeah. This lady is the devil, but what are you going to do about it?
She's going to be the one that everyone points to and goes, well, clearly you can't believe Diddy accusers because look at this psycho bitch who's doing this clearly for attention.
You can just, it was lovely speaking with you.
It's very nice speaking to you too.
Okay.
Okay, so Monday was the call?
Yeah, it was a call back Monday.
How's the Tony Busby law firm? You're being charged with doing stuff with minors. Your alleged son, who you've been avoiding doing DNA tests for over a decade. His mother was a minor.
Lithium? Cobalt?
Diabetes?
No, mine.
Oh. I thought you were guessing what's wrong.
Never mind. I'll fuck off.
People are coming forward from Foxy Brown's high school.
The Foxy Brown?
Talking about how you regularly picked her up after school, and it was kind of a known fact that that was your chick.
All right, but you're sitting here on the internet talking into a phone looking like a complete rancid fat whore, talking about all this shit, like trying to interject yourself, trying to make yourself part of the story, and then filming, like misrepresenting a conversation you're having. You're having a conversation with the law firm of Tony Busby because you called them, and you could tell that that woman was completely skeptical on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, okay, yeah, we'll talk on Monday. Maybe somebody will reach out to you. When a law firm like Tony Busby's has all these accusations and all these lawsuits, they are dying to sign more people up.
Yeah.
Like, if they think your story is credible in any way, shape, or form, they are all over it. When you're getting the cold shoulder, that's because somebody in that law firm smells bullshit. And it's maybe because you are performative and you are doing this for clout. Like, getting the don't call us, we'll call you from a law firm that's currently taking pretty much everyone with a credible accusation against rappers right now, and getting a don't call us, we'll call you, that's a pretty good sign that they don't buy it.
Wanna know what's funny? 2010, she finally admitted it. Y'all thought I was messing with AZ, and then you thought I was messing, and you thought I had Rick Ross' baby, and you thought it was Nas, and the real nigga was Jay-Z.
Oh, no, we don't believe you now either. So is she basically saying, wait, I was lying then, you thought I was fucking around when I said it was Nas or Rick Ross or all this? Or is she admitting that she was lying then too? And
I don't know what she's doing. She seems like she's saying she was a victim, but she's acting like an investigative journalist.
Yeah.
And she's also kind of like, and the outfit certainly doesn't help with this, she's doing like fucking like nail salon gossip talk. Like,
yeah.
And we all heard it and we knew, and it's like, you knew because you have all the facts, right?
Tony Busby is denying claims that he's working hand in hand with Jaguar Wright as part of his lawsuit against Jay-Z. In a video posted on X, Jaguar filmed herself talking with a woman who seemingly worked for a law firm, which Jaguar claimed was Busby's. Thing is, Busby says Jaguar called his intake staff and apparently recorded the video of the conversation she had with the woman. But Busby made it clear he is not working with Jaguar Wright in any capacity. Jaguar's made a bunch of allegations against Jay-Z and Beyonce over the years, including a recent interview with Piers Morgan where she claimed the Carters had even more victims than Diddy. The Piers interview ultimately got blasted by Jay's attorney Alex Spiro, who questioned Piers' ethics for airing what the Carters say are false allegations against them. And Piers ended up issuing an on-air apology.
So, yeah, this bitch is lying, because if she had any credible evidence, then Piers would have stood his ground on the interview.
Well, not only that, Jay Busby would have taken her on as a client. I mean, he would have taken her on immediately. This is Piers.
This is the type of indictment you would expect from someone in the mafia.
I don't know that I could keep him off the stand.
Well, last week I interviewed Jaguar Wright, a singer-songwriter who's made claims about Diddy for years.
Those claims had already received a lot of attention in the media across many platforms for many years. And that's the thing about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jack, you were right. Unexpected.
Okay, before the apology, it's just a bunch of excuses as to why he's not the bad guy.
Yeah.
This is a total cover your ass apology. No, she would have said this shit with or without me. You understand? She has an audience whether I gave her a platform or not. Don't sue me.
Effectively made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too.
In other words, a couple of billionaires were really fucking mad at the shit that we put on our show, so we're going to back down before we get our asses sued. Because that's the trick in doing shows like that, is walk it right up to the line. Like, get as close to the line.
Pull it back as soon as somebody with money gets pissed.
Exactly. $1 from 383 Novocaine says, missing the beep beep in the background. Hey, good for her, keeping the smoke detector batteries good. I gotta say, that's a plus. Coyote NV with $4.99 says, Vikes minus 3.5 at the Seahawks. All right. So we're favored. You know, if Geno Smith doesn't play, that number's going to go up, 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 and up. That's for sure. If Geno Smith is injured for that game, that 3.5 is going to turn into 5.5 pretty quick. Thank you guys very much for the contributions. $170 away from today's goal. PayPal, Venmo, Streamlabs. Let's get those cash drops in, and let's knock out 170 very easily. The afternoon show got you guys to 190 today. So this is an easy one. Shouldn't even have to mention it. Just throw in, rally up, and help us. I mean, those fucking afternoon guys, man. Afternoon and then Crunchy on the members show. I mean, killing it. Just absolutely crushing it. Somebody writing in, this woman did an interview on Piers Morgan like 3 months ago. We could watch.
Yeah, didn't we just talk about it?
Yeah, well, we watched his apology.
Okay.
We could, I mean, let's see what
we know what the accusations are. Let's see her make them.
Jaguar.
I wonder if she dressed better for this one.
I hope she didn't have the shower cap on.
I think that was a bonnet. I could be wrong, but I believe that was a bonnet.
Oh, okay. We do
Sadly,
have...
I know that because my daughter watches like Disney stuff, and there's like a lot of programs about other cultures and everything. So that's a nighttime thing for a lot of ladies of color, is a hair cap called a bonnet.
Okay. Here we go. Here's a quick one. Here's a digestible
very
clip.
well. The whole point of this, like Cat Williams said when he sat with Shay Shay earlier this year.
All right, hey. If you're trying to look credible and not fucking insane, let's go ahead
keep
and
Cat Williams out of your mouth.
Let's keep Cat Williams out of this.
The whole point of this is for them, in a coordinated effort, to pretend like none of it is real for the public's perception. But everyone knows what's going on, and it's been going on for years. It's been going on before Diddy. See, people...
I don't know if what she's saying is true or untrue. I just know she has massive I need attention vibes.
I feel like she's acting.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm watching a play. This is either, like, everything down to her body motion seems like it's been rehearsed.
It's over the top, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's performative. It just boils down to a very simple thing. And a lot of things that are rumors or scuttlebutt or whatever basically come down to a very, very simple, do I believe this person? And I don't believe her.
Just the earrings alone. I'm like, no, you want us to look at you.
Yeah.
You need us to pay attention.
Thank you. That's exactly, and the shit in her hair and all that, and the over-the-top gesticulating. Like, it just seems like somebody wants to be famous.
keep looking at him like he's the Sputnik that came out.
And again, I'm not saying she's wrong. Some of the things she's saying could be true. I just don't believe her. Like if it came from someone else, I might believe it.
But this is your messenger. It's a problem.
Yeah.
Nowhere. This is someone who was designed to be what he is. We got to stop making ditties.
What? I love a good. I like music. Do you like? I love a good ditty. Do a diddy diddy dum diddy. We got to stop doing that just because one guy who makes songs was an asshole. No, we can still make ditties.
Ditties get the world moving, man.
Baby, I can put the bottle down. You can say you want to come back home. I could leave this bar right now. You could meet me at the door with nothing on. So, that's a ditty. You know what that is?
Is it Post Malone?
It is Post Malone.
God damn it.
It is. It's Post Malone. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just as you were saying, I'm like, yeah, no, that's not Eric Church. That's a Post Malone song.
But I mean, ditties are good. I think we could make ditties just because P. Diddy's an asshole doesn't mean we have to stop making songs. For example, I take this wrinkled dollar in my pocket that I earned with a hammer and vice. If I could undo some things and grow me some wings and fly out of this quarter tonight. Right now on the TV, they're showing a man with my, I can't remember. In the last 30 minutes, I went from a person of interest to a full-blown manhunt underway. I did what I did. I have no regrets. When you cross the line, you get what you get. Tonight, a bleeding memory is tomorrow's guilty vein. Your auburn hair on a faraway sea wall, screaming across the Poncher train. I'm haunted by headlights and this Crescent City breeze.
We gotta stop making ditties, y'all.
One wrong turn on bourbon cuts like the knives of New Orleans. You know who that was?
I'm on her side now.
You know who that was?
We got to stop making ditties.
You know who that was?
I'm going to say Post Malone.
That was actually Eric Church.
All right.
Yeah.
Either way.
You don't know shit.
She's right now. I'm on her side.
Ditties are fun. We like ditties.
No. Thank you, Aaron Imholte. You just proved her right.
I like scuffed up cowboy boots and broken, tore up jeans.
Yeah, you like scuffed up cowboys with torn jeans, too.
My 4-wheel drive, 8-point bucks, and Rocky Road ice cream. And hell yes, I love my dog and Jack D and my Coke. But baby, I love your love the most. You know who that was?
I don't want to.
Guessing? You go ahead.
Eric Church?
That's Eric Church. Good job. Hey, you got one. Good job.
No, the pacing seemed more Eric Church than
It was definitely a little more Eric. You know, I knew this girl a while back, and we were kind of on again, off again, right? And we had gone out at a restaurant and everything,
right?
But we weren't official, right? So a few nights later, I run into her with some stranger on a park bench. She said he rebuilds engines and his name is Earl. He's the Charlie Daniels of the torque wrench. I whispered, honey, let's just go on home and have some onion rings and watch TV. And as I walked her to the truck, Earl was crying, don't you leave me. You know what I told him?
What?
I told him, this here's the queen of my double-wide trailer with the polyester curtains and the redwood deck. Sometimes she runs and I've got to trail her, dang her black heart and her pretty red neck. You know who that was?
I'm going to say Eric Church again.
Sammy Kershaw.
Oh, fuck if I know.
Yeah.
I don't listen to a lot of country music. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, it ain't no different down in Oklahoma.
Where the wind comes sweeping down the plains.
I wasn't doing shit. It wasn't going to...
I know. I had to throw it off. I'm like, how about a show tune? You know what?
Hey, have you ever been down to Texas?
No.
And down around San Antonio?
Well, if I haven't been to Texas, that'd also be a no.
Well, they love to go all night and treat you right, and they party till the cows come home.
Where did the cows go?
I love it when they let their hair down and dance real close to you. You know I'm a sucker, Johnny, for what the cowgirls do.
Well, I mean, if we had all the reasons you were a sucker.
You know who that was?
No.
It's Vince Gill. Yeah, we're going deep.
I don't know if I know who Vince Gill is.
This is way better than getting a copyright strike and getting demonetized.
Right? Yeah. Dude, just have you sing it. And
exactly.
You get your karaoke bug out, which is great.
Thanks. Coltrane says, Sammy, yeah, little Sammy Kershaw. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan says, God damn it, we need to raise the goal. This faggot needs to go away to gay conversion therapy. Now, wait a minute. I actually don't need gay conversion therapy. I am totally
because he's had it and it didn't take.
Thanks a lot, Nick. I backslid all over his back. No, this is serious business. We need to calm the fuck down. All right, everybody, just enough with the levity, because never mind. No eating claps. I'm not doing that one. Lab Glass says Jack D and my Coke better than PP. That's true. Donaldus Trumpus Magnus with $2 says that lady's earrings were dope. They really were. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan says these songs aren't helping the rep. Well, you know what they say, Johnny.
What's that?
The blues will be blue and the jealousy's green, but when love picks its shade.
Ladies, that's what's known as a double down.
Oh, the Red Strokes.
Is that a position between two men?
That's when you fuck a girl or period. It's a Garth Brooks song. One of the finest Garth Brooks songs there ever were. Was the Red Strokes.
Baton Rouge.
Calling Baton Rouge is a good one too. Calling Baton.
That's I love that one just because it's actually literally the only song I know of that's registered on the Richter scale.
Because of the big concert in Louisiana, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think he did it in Baton Rouge or whatever.
Do you know why I love the Garth Brooks song "Standing Outside the Fire"?
No,
because the music video is just a retard running track.
And you're like, oh man, that reminds me of my high school days.
I didn't run track,
but you had dreams,
right? Have you ever seen the "Standing Outside the Fire" music video?
I have not.
It's a kid with Down syndrome who wants to run track.
Why do I feel like you somehow feel this relates to me now? All of a sudden, as soon as I heard kid with Down syndrome, like, hey, you'll love this.
The kid with Down syndrome wants to run track, and the dad's embarrassed and doesn't want the kid to run track because he'll embarrass himself and the family because he's got Down syndrome. And then, so I guess like,
oh dear Lord.
Is this? Hold on.
Does the kid run track and then pull people over as a police officer?
Did you know I have Asperger's syndrome? Hold on. I got to get to. The kid's running track. And
don't you touch him. He's not finished. Come on, Brandon. You got to get up, son. Come on.
So his son, his Down syndrome son collapsed on the track. And his face is all busted up, and they're like, "We got to get him off the track, right? Because he's injured."
Yeah.
And his dad's like, "No, don't touch my Down syndrome injured child. Make him get up and finish the race." And then look, the kid with Down syndrome, he gets up, and he's going. And he finished. He finished the race. Garth Brooks did a song, and in the video, he did a Down syndrome kid running and falling and busting up his face, and then the dad basically dragging him up and making him run the rest of it.
You don't get to quit, you tard.
You wanted this, you fucking Phoebe. You want to embarrass me in front of all my business associates? Get the fuck up. That's not the way you treat your son.
Now the music video would be better if the dad got the son moving by just having a grilled cheese sandwich on a fishing pole and holding it in front of him.
That would have been a great music. It would have been a great music video for a Roger Miller song.
Just hold
on a minute. Wait. Here, it would have been great if this would have been the song that was the music video for, the kid with Down syndrome.
I'm a nut. My life don't ever get in a rut. The head on my shoulder.
Could you imagine? Just superimpose. Let me mute the standing outside the fire video.
All right. So
this is why this is the best show out there. Standing outside the fire track. I just want to get the music video part. And not standing outside. That would be a fucking boring song. All right. Oh, that's right. Garth takes all his shit outside. All right, let's here we go. So I mute that one.
I'm a nut. My life don't ever get in a rut. The head on my shoulders is sort of loose, and I ain't got since God gave a goose. Lord, I ain't crazy, but I'm a nut. Is it wetter underwater if you're there when it rains? Is it shorter to New York than it is by plane? Between myself and I wonder who's the dumber. Is it hotter down south than it is in the summer? I'm a nut.
All right, I got to skip around a little bit.
Don't ever get in a rut. The head on my shoulders is sort of loose, and I ain't got since God gave a goose. Lord, I ain't crazy, but I'm a nut. I drove my Cadillac to Vegas to satisfy my lust. Wheeling, dealing, left old Vegas on a Greyhound bus. I sure didn't set the woods on fire while I was there, but remember only forest fires prevent fires.
Okay.
That's sad how well that works. That should not be a thing.
I'll say this. It didn't work out quite as well as I wanted it to.
As long as you clipped out that part in the middle there, though, it seemed like it landed nicely.
Coltrane says, Aaron, I didn't know you starred in a Garth Brooks video. Yeah, Helgi goes, it's almost like the dad is standing over his bloodied, fallen Down syndrome son and saying, you get up right now before I knock that extra chromosome right out of you.
Well, I mean, honestly, it'd be in the son's best interest to stay down then. If the dad had that kind of power, what have you been waiting for? One good bop and your kid could be normal.
Although Sam Show says, damn, did he eat shit? Yeah, he really did. I mean, he took a digger. That's for sure.
It just, oh, your son must be hurt. Yeah, but he hasn't finished. Now get up, you worthless piece of shit.
If you don't get up, all you'll ever be is retarded. Whoa. Dad, are you sure we should be? It's okay. I'm motivating him. Although you're kind of a shitty dad, too. If the kid falls down, you're like, all right, son, get yourself back up. Win some, lose some. Let's give up and quit.
There's really no winning or losing. You kind of just have to stand back and let him do him.
I mean, kids with Down syndrome, I've always felt like people I've known with Down syndrome do have a higher threshold for pain than the rest of them.
They're just so happy.
They're more, I should say maybe a higher threshold for pain. They're more resilient. I think they're tougher, you know. JP becoming a steel toe bro. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. 170 away from this morning's goal. We started with a fucking nothing goal of 190 from the afternoon show people. So PayPal nothing, Venmo nothing, Streamlabs nothing. Let's the morning audience. Hey, let's get your fucking W back. I mean, you've been kind of getting carried by everyone else. You guys have got this. Throw in a few. We haven't been mentioning it today. Just prove me wrong. Prove all the haters wrong. You got all these people who say, "Oh, if you just never mention it, it'll just happen." Well, we haven't mentioned it, and it ain't happening. And it was a really small one. I woke up this morning feeling really good. I'm like, fucking that 4 to 7 show kicked ass. We fucking crushed it. We got barely anything for the morning show audience. They're gonna hammer it out right away. We'll see. The Breakfast Club interviewed Pete Buttigieg about all those drones over New Jersey. I'm obsessed with the drone thing, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I was covering the drone stuff yesterday. Yeah. It's crazy.
I heard about it. Funeral director was sending me super chats, and oh, boy, are you in big trouble.
For what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, funeral director, he had all the heat on you.
Okay, what did I do?
He let me know what's going on with you, and because of funeral director, I'll have you know, you and I have lots of heat.
Oh, really?
I think that's what he wants.
What's going on?
I think that's what he wants. I think he wants heat. So, funeral director was letting me know that you said that you thought I was going to fire you pretty soon. That's what funeral director, don't you fucking deny it. Funeral director said you did.
I don't recall this.
Oh, yeah, you don't recall it. Funeral director wouldn't lie to me. Funeral director also told me that you said that your show that you host is a bigger priority than the show you don't host and that you're a second mic on. I hope that that's not true.
I didn't say that, but that does sound pretty rational.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the show that you do, that you're in charge of, you value more than the one where you're a sidekick on?
Yeah.
Wow, fuck you, dude. That's it. Funeral director's right. You're a piece of shit.
I know, right?
I think that's what he wants with his $2 super chats.
It was just to be dumb.
I want to give that to him. Like, I think he wants a fight. I think he wants like a beef or something like that.
Or he thinks it's a joke and he's perpetuating the joke. I don't know either way. I'm hoping for the second one, because if it's the first one, like, I'm not trying to be mean, but that is a little like, oh, your guy here is saying the show he does on his own is more of a priority than the one he helps you out with 3 days a week. Like, yeah, because I do mine more often.
Don't make fun of funerals director's voice like that, because he gives me very valuable information about the bullshit that you're fucking pulling.
Mm-hmm.
Can I be honest with you? And I'm really sorry. I don't think about any of this stuff after the show's over.
I have to literally remember if I said any of these things, because, like, I don't remember what I did on my show.
All right, fine. Okay. Well, funeral director, I did my best, but as you can see, he's a very slippery fish. He's not giving us any information. Fuck this guy. Am I right?
Freaking 4D chess playing tard.
Yeah, I can't compete with the likes of funeral director. Roots Calhoun says, how fucking tight is that blunt? Jesus, Johnny, are your hands crippled too?
What are you talking about? It's not a blunt.
Well, straighten him out. I don't know anything about drugs.
No. It's just it's a oney. It holds little tiny pieces in it. You take little shots when you need them.
Crack?
No, marijuana.
Oh, fucking pussy. John,
dude, I don't even do that vape and that freaking dab stuff. No, I flower.
Don't do the dab shit, dude. You ever see what that shit does to Mersh? It turns him into a zombie.
Fucking shit's weird. I don't do dabs at all. I don't do any of that heavy stuff. Like, people are like, wow, you just smoke flower and use vapes or this, that. Like, that stuff's more potent. I keep it low key.
Here, I'll show you why you don't do.
Why you don't do dabs?
I'll show you why you don't do dabs. Oh, maybe.
Has it been removed? That's a shame.
It's here we go.
Underscore Mersh have it?
Oh my God, people are making Mersh stroke PSAs. Oh no. Yeah, this is like
the most fucking it's by the way, I have to say this is fucked up. Holy shit. I didn't even know when I picked this video. Female cop. Gun drawn. Female cop, gun drawn. And dog doesn't get it.
What the?
Female cop what white female cop being most competent cop on this scene. Oh God.
Really? I fucking do drugs. I smoke this shit, keep a fucking conversation going. I help keep my legs calm, keep me calm. That guy fucking... We're watching a person reboot in real time and you guys get on my ass because once in a while I spark the end of this and go, oh, that's interesting.
Let me
tell
you
more.
If anyone ever wonders why I only giggle whenever Mersh takes his petty pot shots at Steel Toe, it's because how can you take this mocking you seriously? Same thing with Patrick. Mersh and Patrick Melton are very similar in that vein where you're like, look at the pathetic fat lump of shit that's saying these things. As Al Pacino says, consider the source. And then you'll understand why I laugh. Uh-oh.
Female. She showed restraint.
Jesus Christ. Dude, and just think how much worse it would be if you saw the googly eyes.
Yeah. Oh, his eyes are rolling around like you just spun a slot machine. It's just like, you know, the googly eyes.
One of these dabs is gonna pay out.
You know the googly eyes they put on like ice, like kids' ice cream.
Yeah,
like as a fun little thing. They call those Mersh eyes. Pour yourself some booze. That'll fix it.
How bad is Dayton, Ohio? I'll put my headphones back.
I do too many drugs and I'm spacing the fuck out.
Doggo.
I've never had that happen to me on my show.
Cop. Gun drawn already. Got gun. Female. Other ATF. Feds would have shot dog.
You're right, Mersh. It's Rumble throttling you.
JB
it's Rumble throttling you.
It's all Rumble's fault. If Rumble wasn't fucking with me, I'd be a star by now. Jesus Christ. You want to watch the stroke awareness PSA?
Yes, I do.
By the way, that was Angie Edits who clipped that. This is Mike's.
Thank you, Angie.
This is Mike's comedy edits.
One is having a stroke. Every minute counts. Just as putting out a fire quickly can stop it from spreading, treating a stroke quickly can reduce damage to the brain.
By the way, this stroke. There you go, Chase. What white trash. By the way, this stroke awareness. I saw a video recently of Mersh trying to do stand-up. It was dreadful. But you look at his body, like, and he looks like dog. He's starting to get shaped like Patrick Melton. I don't think I think there's a reason he stopped making fun of Patrick Melton. He's starting to look like him. And we're not far away from the actual stroke arc. I mean, the drinking, the morbid obesity, the drug abuse. I mean, I imagine
smoking cigarettes too, then yeah, you're getting a lot of trouble.
I imagine the diet can't be great. I mean, the stroke thing's going to stop being a joke very, very soon.
If you learn how to recognize the telltale signs of a stroke, you can act quickly and save a life, maybe even your own. For both men and women, look for these 5 signs of a stroke, all of which come on suddenly.
I look at that shit and I just go, how bad do you need drugs? Like,
again, that stuff's really, really potent.
Yeah, there's a medical like definition of addiction, and then there's just my eyeballs. And like, if you need drugs that bad and you're sucking that hard to get drugs, you're just you're holding 2 things up. If you're doing your drugs with 2 hands, you're an addict. You're addicted to drugs if you're doing your drugs with 2 hands. Because it just looks like, I need my drug as fast as I can into my system. Give me the. Even heroin addicts have a hand free, you know?
They don't.
Well, I mean, they're tying off in one of the hands.
Yeah, but you're using 2 hands to heat the spoon and to load the syringe.
I think the fact that we're debating whether or not Mersh is as bad as a heroin addict is probably the issue in and of itself.
Look, sometimes the question is the answer.
Who has more hands free when they're feeding their habit? Mersh or a heroin addict?
I'm gonna say probably a heroin addict overall.
That's all I'm saying. All right, back to stroke awareness. This is important. This could save a life.
1. Numbness or weakness in the face, arm, or leg.
That could also, for Mersh, could be a blood circulation problem.
Especially when felt on just one side of the body. 2. Confusion.
Oh, God. Hang on.
Including trouble speaking.
Female. She showed restraint.
Or understanding speech.
Female cop. Gun drawn. Female cop. Gun drawn.
3. Trouble seeing.
Oh my God.
Go back, look at his eyes.
From one or both eyes. 4. Trouble walking.
Hang on.
Or problems with balance or dizziness.
Oh, shit.
The clock begins ticking.
Okay, now that one's kind of scary because that looks like you're actually stroking out. And remember, he's all alone. Like, this is a guy, if Mersh strokes out on the air, none of his audience cares enough to call anybody. His cats are just going to eat his rotting corpse.
Eventually, yeah. That's they are pragmatists.
He's going to have a stroke, and they're going to feed him to his cats, and then we'll see how loyal a hungry cat really is.
As soon as you spot the signs of a stroke. So don't wait. Call 911 right away and get the person to a hospital immediately, even if the symptoms go away. If you think someone is having a stroke, remember the word FAST. F is for face. Ask the person to smile and check whether one side of their face is drooping. A is for arms. Have the person raise both arms and see if one arm drifts downwards.
Does he have a fucking compression sleeve on? For
It looks like it.
That's for like blood circulation, isn't it? Oh, no.
Or muscle issues. I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't have any compression sleeves or anything. All I ever have are braces, so I don't.
We're falling apart physically.
Well, he is.
S is for speech.
Female.
Ask the person to repeat a short phrase.
Female cop.
And notice if their words sound slurred.
Doggo doesn't die.
And finally, T is for time. If you spot any of these signs, call 911 right away to get the person to a hospital fast.
All right, he needs to be.
Strokes are medical emergencies. The sooner a patient gets treated, the better.
Oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. If you want to know, that is Mike's Comedy Edits.
All right,
go to Mike's Comedy Edits on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel. That is too fucking funny.
That is a lot of brilliant
God. Cocktiff says, who dies first, Mersh or Stuttering John? I don't think Mersh is at the risk of dying. I think Mersh is just going to have a lot of health problems for a long time. I don't think it's necessarily a he's going to die thing. It's more of the quality of life if his habits don't change. He's going to, because like he's pushing his mid-40s now. And that's kind of the age that all that shit really does catch up with you, like the long-term effects of all that stuff. You start getting it in your 40s, and then in your 50s, it gets really bad, and then you die in your 60s. He looks like he's at that stage where he'll take whatever drugs he can get his hands on. I mean, yeah, like Johnny said, dabs,
dabs are potent because that's the thing, like everybody's, when people argue about, and that's why I don't believe a lot of the marijuana psychosis stuff. Every time people talk about it, like, oh, I smoked a bowl or this, like, all right, no. But vapes and dabs are a different thing because, again, they're concentrated. So the terps and the THC and that stuff, it's condensed. And with things like a dab, it's put into a wax or resin distillate that you literally heat like a fucking burning piece of plastic. Now, if you're using it medically because you have a condition, okay, fine.
Doggo died with the gun cop.
The worst I ever do on my show with my giant fucking 8-cylinder carburetor bong thing is I'm like, all right, I got to mute this for a minute while I cough, and then I come back to the show.
I don't think that's what Mersh doesn't understand. That it's like, yes, Johnny can be made fun of, Johnny can be mocked, just not by you.
Yeah,
like you can't mock him. You are lower. Like you can't. It's not you. Coltrane says, okay, this shit is funny. Roots pointing out, Roots Calhoun says, Mersh wearing Under Armour is the funniest shit I'm going to see today. Oh, I watched my 400-pound buddy hit the deck and fish out from dabs. Scary as fuck. Yeah, like, you know, you got to be in a certain shape to handle certain intoxicants, and he just doesn't seem to have that gear anymore. Mr. Me with $5 says, more Mersh stroking out. Thank you. Well, I feel like he's going to provide more of those clips than I am in the next few weeks. Like he seems like a never-ending supply of stroke clips. Sorry. I don't know what brought that on.
I don't know. I don't remember either, but that was beautiful.
I don't remember. Coltrane with $10 says, nice work so far this morning. Thank you, Coltrane.
Thank you.
That's very kind of you. And guys, I have great news. Awesome news for this morning's show. This is JP from YouTube. Your reaction to Ed and Michelle buffet videos from Rumble Friday had me in tears. Love the show. Skol. $100 from JP. Thank you, JP.
Thank you.
Fuck it, man. I'll do some Ed and Michelle today. Absolutely. You guys give me a good Ed and Michelle video. I'll throw. The fans on Friday got me more worked up to do more Ed and Michelle because Ed and Michelle have started doing shitty reviews. Like they've started actually giving negative opinions on stuff, and they've been on a buffet kick. Watching Ed and Michelle go to a buffet, I'm back in. In. By the way, $100 from JP. That means.
Uh-oh. Ho!
I'm gonna strangle you half to death!
There we go. Thank you, Johnny, for getting us
Speaking of
that.
stroking out.
Yeah, right. All right, so $60 away from today's goal. Thank you guys very much. Let's go ahead and finish off $60. Do your part, and we'll get it done. 383 Novocaine with $1 says, coworker gave me a few gummies thinking they were THC. I took all of them. Surprised they were shroom gummies. That was an interesting day. I didn't even know they made shroom gummies.
That's new.
Mr. Approachable says you should save the Ed and Michelle stuff for after overtime. After overtime, then we'd be done. Zenman Builds with $1 says fake donos, keep them rolling in. Remember, all the fake donos are PayPal and Venmo because they don't show up on the screen. So if you want to send in fake donos have to come in that way. Thank you very much, JP. That was very nice of you. Unbelievably appreciated.
Thank you.
$60 is the number for today. You guys are knocking on the door. Thank you so much. You know that little pep talk I gave about the evening show and the morning show and, you know, with where the momentum seems to be swinging. I think we got through. We got through. All right. We were going to go to, before we got on the Mersh stroke stuff, you know, since we're on YouTubers and stuff, do you want to just get the Pat Dixon thing out of the way? Because this, I think, kind of speaks to drug abuse.
All right. Yeah. Let's do Pat Dixon.
All right. Scott Christie Jones with $2 says New Year's goals. We set Johnny up with April.
No, please, no. I don't think that needs to be a thing. I'm good.
Wow. You're turning it down, huh?
I just think, look, I got a lot of problems. I don't want to saddle anybody with that. Look, you know, the whole...
Hey, don't beat yourself up. She's used to it.
But then why give her more of the same? You know, how did it work out last time?
Familiarity. She's going to have to move pretty soon.
Really?
Yeah, that house got sold that she's living in. They sold her house from out from under her.
Mm.
Yeah, Kiwi Farms had it up there. Breaking news this weekend. They sold the bloodbath house, or as they've called it, the crack bunker, I believe, the Baldo bunker. They sold it, and there's a chance with all their plea deals, with felony drug charges. Usually part of the probation is that you can't associate with other criminals. You can't associate with other people that, have drug convictions. Mm-hmm. So that may be part of the deal. You sell that house. Now where's April going to live? What's she going to do? You know what I get to say about it? Not my fucking problem. Not my problem. Boy, doing drugs cost you a husband, cost you a boyfriend, lost you your home, lost you your other home that you got. You got 2 homes given to you. Mine and that one, and you lost them both. You know what? This would be a nice thing. This would be a kindness. You ready for a kindness? Here's what I would do. If I were in that situation and I'd fucked up things as bad as he did, here's what I would do to make it right. Give them a little something to move from the house money that you're going to get. You got lawyer bills and a lawsuit that's going to probably cost you, well into the 6 figures. Give that person whose life you fucked up. And they fucked up their own life too. We all played a part, whatever, but nobody seems to be atoning. Part of your atonement can be, hey, for fucking up your life and destroying everything, here's a little money to get you back on your way. Like, I don't know. Like, what's a reasonable amount to get restarted? 50 grand?
I guess that sounds decent.
You sell a house for $400,000. Let's say you don't reinvest it, so you pay 20% gains on it. We're talking 320. Let's say you take away a cool 300 grand from this house, assuming you don't owe anything on it. And I can't imagine you made $2 million and you didn't pay off your house debt. So you got 300 grand. Give her 50 to 75 grand and say, hey, it's been real. It's been fun. Can't say it's been real fun. But now you head off and restart with 50 grand in your pocket. That'll give you a head start. Single, no kids. Yeah. Get shit back on track. Get a job. Figure shit out.
Get a place. Pay off any looming bills you might have.
Now, that is a reasonable way for 2 people with a checkered past to part, right? It's very
amicable blend.
Very amicable, which makes me believe it will never happen. Because it is the reasonable, you and I thinking in our reasonable brain can come to the conclusion that's probably the thing that you should do. That seems
the best we can get out of it.
It seems amenable for all parties because, no offense, from the outside in, you're going to kill each other. I don't mean like strangle, murder, shoot, stab. I mean psychologically, you're going to kill each other. I mean, both of you independently on your own are fully capable of destroying yourselves. Lord knows you've shown it. But involved, active in one another's lives, you're going to kill each other. So 50, 60 grand is a sorry I fucked up your life. Here's money to start over. And then boom, go your separate ways from there. Save your SOS, save our souls. Trucker 18-wheeler with 199 said, Johnny said his show is better than Aaron's. Johnny, did you really?
Yep.
You fucking piece of shit. You know what I think? I think my show is better than yours.
Agree to disagree.
Okay. I'm going to fucking kill you. I think
best of luck. God's been trying for 40 years. And this is as far as he got. What can you do?
I'm very entertained by this. And I know truckers being funny, but like,
I know.
Is that what they want? Like the people who aren't trucker?
So.
Is that what they want me to do?
So.
And they're like, if I send this to Aaron, he's going to go, I'm going to fucking kill you. I swear to God. I'm going to come to your house. Female cop. Doggo. Gun.
I'm going to finish what. Start. Beginning.
Hey, Mersh, a guy with multiple sclerosis is making fun of your poor health. All right. Department of Transportation says Euro poor with funny money. Thank you for your Swedish gay money. I appreciate it.
We are grateful.
We are grateful. Thank you. All right. So this next clip is from My Lost Interest. My Lost Interest, DM me $10. I'm using your clip. Got to give you $10. We doubled the rate, by the way. $5 seemed chintzy. So $10 if we use a Clippers clip. This is my lost interest. Get in touch with me so I know where I can send your stringer fee. It's like like I said, it's like an AP stringer fee. Pat Dixon. Do you remember Pat Dixon?
Vaguely.
Pat Dixon had a show on Compound Media.
Right.
Pat Dixon punched our friend Gino Bisconti in the jaw. Broke his jaw. And, Gino suffered very serious health effects for about, I would say, 5 months of his life. Gino had horrible judgment.
Couldn't suck a dick.
That was about me. I'm sorry. He broke Gino Bisconti's jaw, got fired from Compound Media. Gavin McInnes, for some reason, I don't know, as a favor to Anthony or what, gave Pat Dixon a show. Now, we know now that Gavin will give you a show as long as you eat what you kill.
Right.
Like, basically, Gavin will go, I'm not going to give you any money to do a show. But here's your promo code. Whoever signs up because of you, that's the money you'll get every month. Okay?
Right.
Cool. Like, I think we could get, I don't know, a couple hundred people to sign up for censored.tv. We could probably get a couple hundred people if we did a show there. If you give us, I don't know, $10 for every person we bring in 200. That's $2,000 a month. That's basically our evening shows are done. We do one show a week for censored. We get rid of our evening shows. That would be a dream. I would love that. So the fact that so many of these people pass up a chance to do a show on censored is weird to me. It makes me feel like, I don't know, like maybe they don't believe in their ability to draw.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, do you have no confidence in yourself? Because you realize without this, you're going to be doing that anyway. Like, because if you don't have censored, if you don't go with this deal, what are you going to do? You're going to go to YouTube, you're going to go to Twitch, you're going to go to Rumble, like we do. What do you think you're doing there? You're eating what you kill there, too. You only get what you draw. It's the same thing, except this is on a platform where there might be crossover. You might be able to work with, some of the other shows and then get people on those shows to watch yours or sign up under your promo code. And you can bring more people in that grows you more. And if you become an asset or a valuable person there, Gavin's more likely to give you more of a platform.
Pat Dixon has been streaming. He doesn't have a YouTube anymore, so I think he only streams on Rumble. And I don't think the audience for Pat Dixon is very big anymore. And Pat is really starting to show what I would call the effects of unhealthy behavior. I don't know what it is. Gino certainly made accusations that Pat does drugs, that Pat does Adderall and other stimulants. I don't know what Pat's medicine cabinet looks like. I have no idea. All I know is Pat Dixon, in the few exchanges I've had with him on Twitter, he does seem like a genuinely unhinged person. Doesn't particularly have his thoughts organized, shall we say.
Okay.
And look, a guy that I won't say I take pity on, but he's a guy who's pityful, shall we say.
Okay.
This is a clip of Pat Dixon from the other night, from this weekend. This is from My Lost Interest. Let's check this out. This is checking in on Pat Dixon. This is where he's at now.
Do you want coffee as well?
Huh?
You want coffee?
Yeah, no.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Now, I don't know if he doesn't know he's on. I don't know if he hit start streaming and he doesn't know he's live. I don't know if he's zonked out of his fucking mind.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is here, but it doesn't look good. He looks like he's aged horrifically. Like, if you remember being a Compound Media subscriber and watching New York City Crime Report, his old show on Anthony's network, he looks like he's aged 25 years.
He looks like he just woke up from a bender or something. The hair's like, dude, I always feel like I don't put enough effort into my show and I look like shit when I go live. But Jesus, man.
It's bad.
Farts all over him. Farts.
Is he just saying farts?
I can't even tell. It's coming through the zoom kind of weird. I also keep getting distracted by his eye because it looks like his left eye is occasionally like.
Is he immersion?
Like moving. Yeah, it looks like his left eye is occasionally like zigging back and forth.
Okay.
But maybe he's reading. So I'm checking them both.
No, they're both moving. I see them both moving. Oh wait, no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now, I've been told on this show that I'm too slow to say that. There you go. I'm too slow to say that people are on something, that I'm too careful with that, that I'm like, people said that I didn't pick up on April being zooted out of her mind on the show. I assumed that all the cocaine was at Nick's house, that she didn't bring any in her purse because I made a hard and fast rule that we don't bring that shit into this house because I have too much to lose. I don't want that. I don't care if you guys do it. I don't care if it gets done. It just doesn't come into this house. I said that to Nick when he took out his bullet, put a fucking line on my kitchen counter, like in polite conversation, which is fucking insane. And I just went, don't ever fucking do that again. I've told that story a million times. And I just assumed that it wasn't in our house. And then people were like, Aaron, she would be on the show with you, and she would regularly seem fucked up out of her mind. She would take, 4, 5, 6 breaks during a show, and she would come back and she was, she had zip. And I'm like, I didn't assume so. I didn't think so. I was very naive, put it that way. So, like, I'm hesitating to say that Pat is on something here because I don't know.
Zooted.
But people are saying in the chats and stuff that Pat is extremely fucked up in this clip.
He's drunk?
You think drunk?
I'm going to go with drunk and or high. He's on some sort of downer.
Okay. You think this is pills and booze or just booze? Official
I'm willing
prediction.
I'm willing to go booze. I don't know enough about
Okay.
Dixon to say we've got anything more than booze, but this is at least definitely drunk.
The face to me says pills. Like the funny faces and facial tics he's making, that says stimulants to me. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, he's not slurry enough for drunk.
But that's not normal. I mean, first of all, you wouldn't go on camera with your hair looking like that.
This is amazing, and this is amazing show content, by the way. I can't believe this dude doesn't fucking
Killing
do
it.
huge numbers.
Killing it. Killing it. Who's... Okay, we have a video of a monkey and a guy.
Monkey's massaging his face.
Monkeys.
He can rip that off of you pretty easy. You're very trustworthy.
Yeah, they're very good at ripping your face off. What the fuck is he playing the cocksucking piano wearing a Confederate flag like a cape? Okay, he's fucked up.
What the hell is he on?
All of it. Everything in the house. This is one of those medicine cabinet buffet nights, I think, where you just open up everything. Like he's talking to the girl he lives with, and he goes, "What are these pills for?" "Oh, they're for when I have really intense cramps for my period." Fuck it, I'm taking one. Like this is just kind of a take it and see what this does kind of a night. Honestly, I will say this, though. Watching an alleged junkie high on shit play the piano like this is kind of like watching you get up out of a wheelchair and run a marathon. Like a guy who's sitting there.
Well, now I'm just jealous.
Yeah.
Of what he can do.
Like a guy sitting there going, female cop, doggo, female, and just staring all forlorn, but then going like, deedle, 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 dee, doo, 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 doo. And I'm not comparing classical music with the Peanuts theme, but in my mind, they're similar. Because I would have just as hard a time playing one as I would the other. So they're both equally impressed. If someone's playing Chopin, Frederick fucking Chopin, or they're playing the theme from Charlie Brown, both of those impress the shit out of me.
Fair enough.
It is a good song, too. Oh. yeah, his eyes are rolling around in his head. I'm sorry for saying I think he might be on something.
I think he might.
He's wearing a Confederate flag cape, playing the piano while a monkey scratches a guy's face up in the corner, and his eyes are rolling around in his head. His eyes are rolling faster than the $1 slot in the United States debt clock. Oh, it's falling off. He's falling off a little bit.
Oh, yeah. That's just what he does?
By the way, if Pat's not 60, he looks really old for his age. Like, he looks beaten up. What the fuck is going on?
Ah, devil ether.
So we have, let's analyze this. We have because maybe I'm missing it. You know,
there's a monkey grooming a man.
Okay. And then we have a man wearing a Confederate flag.
Mm-hmm.
And he's playing a solo kind of a change it up version, a remix version of the Peanuts theme.
Right.
His eyes are rolling around in his skull, and he's bouncing around like a monkey, oddly enough.
He has a microphone he's not using.
A microphone he's not using. Where's the funny, entertaining part that I'm missing? Help me.
It kind of looks like he's humping the piano.
I guess maybe this is a piano humping bit. I don't know. Because so far my takeaway from this is Pat Dixon is not okay. That this is kind of like, it doesn't get much lower than this. If this isn't his home, if he's living in someone else's home, then it's a step closer to bottom. But it's a long way from the middle. Oh, don't worry, we're being quiet. It's not like anybody's laughing. Okay, so now we're listening to the monkey noises. While the man...
cop.
What? There's got to be more than this. Don't... If that's not just Mountain Dew, please don't drink that. Is he going to speak?
Seems like it happens in a little bit. Oh, wow.
Well, we have a cough. We have a cough. There we go. So
what the Christ? I could watch this video on my own.
Oh, he's okay. Words are coming out of his face.
Come back. Your dreams were your ticket out.
Oh, he's singing the Welcome Back Kotter theme song. And now that I hear his voice and how the words are coming out, I can see why he wasn't speaking before. He's definitely inebriated.
Welcome back to that same old place that you left about.
Boy, that drink went down pretty fast, didn't it? Holy shit. I believe that thing was full the last time he pulled it up.
Please tell me it's just soda and you're not doing like a half and half.
His eyes would say that that's a half and half.
I've had it.
You've had it. What about those of us who have been watching this for 5 minutes? How dare you? You don't have it. We have it. You don't get to have it. You've had it your way the last 5 minutes. And if I do give my own analysis, it's utter shit.
We've been abused, sir.
You don't get to abuse you don't get to punch a woman 80 times in the face and go, my fucking knuckles hurt. No.
That's it. I've had it.
Pat, you are the aggressor in this situation, which is, from what I hear, not uncommon.
That's over.
Oh, maybe it is just Mountain Dew. That's good. Yeah, get a little caffeine in your system.
I don't know.
Let's wake up and do a show.
All right, here we go. He goes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. Let's hear why it doesn't matter. Let's hear sad Pat Dixon.
I don't know.
What is it with people named Patrick falling apart lately? I don't understand.
I think that I might be done with cleverness.
Okay, we agree. That we can agree on.
The first step to a problem is noticing it.
Yes. You know what, Johnny? In fact, I'm going to go a step further than Pat. I don't think he's done with cleverness. I know he's done with cleverness.
I think cleverness is done with him.
This is the problem with really remarkably untalented people who want to be deep but don't have the ability. He thinks that piano bit was cleverness. He thinks the reason nobody watches him and the reason he has no audience is because people just don't get the genius of a guy wearing a Confederate flag playing a piano while a monkey chews on a guy's finger. No, you just suck. That's just not good. Like, you can't come up with anything. You can play the piano, so you play what you know on the piano and then provide zero content while you play a video that's mildly entertaining if you watched it in your cubicle at work. Don't say you're through with cleverness like you just invested a huge chunk of your creative prowess into what you just did. That was dreck.
This is earth-breaking shit here.
Yeah, I'm tired of giving you guys all this fucking gold only for 7 of you to show up in my Rumble feed.
I think I'm through with it.
Yeah?
I think I'm through with cleverness designed to create mirth and humor.
Mirth, and is that what he's doing? So he's using cleverness to design mirth and humor. Okay.
I just thought this last thing was boring. Huh.
I'm done. I'm through with cleverness designed to make mirth and humor. I'm now going to use Freebase with Ether to create crack. Is what I'm going to do. That's my next step. I'm done. The genius bits of me wearing a Confederate flag while a monkey chews on a guy will be replaced with cocaine, baking soda, and ether as I smoke crack through a copper tube.
Rest assured, the most talented person in this entire video is the effing monkey.
The monkey really is carrying shit for this video, followed by this man's hand.
Because it's holding the monkey.
Followed by the Confederate flag. Followed by the glass holding the Mountain Dew. Followed by the ice cubes. Followed by the piano. Followed by the microphone. Followed by Pat. No. Followed by my lost interest clipping this so we know it even exists. Followed by Pat.
And things to make you laugh. I think I'm just done with that in my life.
We know. You don't.
Yeah, believe me, we haven't laughed yet.
Yeah, you're not springing this on us, Pat. We're pretty aware that you're done. You're through. Isn't it funny to watch the finished man say he's finished?
Yeah. You can't fire me, I quit. Yeah, we told you to pack your shit 15 minutes ago. Get out of here.
You got fired back when you punched Chino. You can't fire me, I quit. You didn't get the memo 2 years ago?
And it turns out it was a payroll error. No, we just fixed the error.
He's the Milty of Compound Media. Does he not know? Has he been doing a show this whole time thinking he's been on Compound? Oh, no, how embarrassing.
Sucks.
Steeply.
All right, but I'm going to set this house that isn't mine on fire.
In a way, because, what else do I have, right? To sell.
A drug problem? Bad hair? That's coming from me. An inability to clean yourself? A Confederate flag? I'm sorry, he's asking what else do I have? I'm taking inventory. This is what you do just before you shit can somebody. You take inventory of all their stuff.
Right.
In terms of personality or fun or, anything where I don't have to work. So, looks like it's back to day jobs for me.
All right.
I don't know.
Don't worry. Every streamer goes through that. Every streamer goes through the, oh shit, back to day jobs for me phase. And then you go, all right, I either knuckle down and provide my audience with more, or Don't talk about it, be about it. So let's see where Pat goes. Although it's going to be kind of hard to hold down a job with the...
Whatever you got going on here, buddy.
Whatever this is ain't getting... If it's getting hired, it ain't keeping a schedule. Pat's the kind of guy who works day jobs and gets fired very quickly. And he'll when you ask him what happened, he's like, well, they just didn't appreciate the things I brought to the company. And on my third day, I went to the general manager and I told him what we need to do to increase business. And it's like, would you shut the fuck up, new guy, and do your job? They just didn't get it.
Sit in your cubicle, fill out your forms, and keep your fucking yap shut.
Yeah. They didn't understand the brilliance that I brought to the company. You hold the sandwich board sign. They don't like it when you come in and give them fucking corporate tips.
What else am I supposed to do without this cleverness thing? You know, look, fuck, I just am not willing to put in the fucking effort. Let's face it, I'm not willing to put in the effort.
No, that's a cop-out. I don't like that shit. You've put in the effort, Pat. Stop that. You have put in the effort. You failed. There's a difference between, that's a real chicken shit cop-out too, is to go, oh, it didn't work out. I must not have tried hard enough. No, you gave it everything you have. You did what you are capable of.
Mm-hmm.
You're just not good. You're not entertaining. You don't put on a product that people want to watch.
All this shit is easy to create, I mean, like, editing is not hard.
I mean, you don't think editing is hard? Do you know how much of your shit My Lost Interest probably had to go through to create this clip? Don't you dare tell him editing isn't hard.
It's like sitting through all this crap to find the gold. That's hard.
That's hard.
I mean, the actual art of editing. It's not too hard.
Precisely.
Gotta put in the time and the work. Yeah, and I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to do that.
Well, then do shit that Stalin and My Lost Interest and Illicit Clips can clip. That's who I use as my de facto clippers. Right? You know how happy I am when I go on Stalin's channel and I see that I'm the most viewed thing he's had for the last few days? I'm like, fuck yeah, I still got it.
For the kind of suckers that are on the internet, besides this audience that I have here.
So, everyone...
You guys all suck, except you guys. You're cool.
You 9 are great. Literally everyone else in the world can fucking burn. Nobody gets me. He really is having like a college sophomore girl moment where he's like, nobody else gets me but you guys. And you're the people who get me. And that I just don't even know why I put in an effort for anyone except for you guys. You love me, right?
I'm so deep and nobody understands.
April dating Pat Dixon arc 2025.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Suck my... Whoa.
I mean, you're running a little low on pills. You might have to do that. I don't know about that. I'm fine.
And lick my...
Oh.
And I know that's not a pleasant thing to say.
It's not particularly entertaining either. So you're 0 for 2.
I should just chill out, but...
He's having a tough time, and the internet might not be for him. Now, Gino then went on his show and proposed a solution for Pat's problems.
Okay.
Would you like to hear Gino's solution for Pat's problems?
Okay, Gino, of course, not vested interest at all in Pat Dixon.
Right. There's now this is a My Lost Interest twofer. So My Lost Interest needs to send me a thing because I used 2 of his videos today. Now, to keep you up to speed. Gino and I are fine. I wouldn't say we're best of buddies or anything, but Gino and I are fine. Keanu and I are fine. I think what we've learned from all this is that maybe just being acquaintances, people who know of each other, and, communication is, sporadic. Say that is probably what's best for everyone involved. But Gino lost his YouTube channel recently.
Yep.
He showed balls and taint on YouTube, got a 3rd strike, and now his channel's been deleted, and he's relegated to Rumble, which you can make an audience on, but it's going to take some work. So Gino's looking for some ideas on how to draw a crowd, right?
Yeah.
Gino's looking for ways to bring people over to the Rumble side of things, and he has a new Patreon. I think it's called patreon.com/c/inhotwater or In Hot Water Show. And he's got his new Patreon. He's got his Rumble channel, and he's putting a lot of stuff up there. This is Gino with an idea for a clearly struggling Pat Dixon. Now, we're going to watch this clip. Don't tell me Gino doesn't care.
We've got 30. Oh my God, we only have fucking 27 seconds left. Let's watch.
For the kind of suckers that are on the internet, besides this audience that I have here, suck my and lick my.
You know what's ironic about Pat doing that? I just realized it. The only way that we know that Pat Dixon said that to all of us is because My Lost Interest clipped it. So Pat doesn't even have an audience where he can get that message out. He has to rely on a clipper to get that message out for him.
Oh, boy.
So you only know Pat told you to suck your dick and lick his balls.
Because My Lost Interest made a clip.
Because My Lost Interest, who's a bigger channel than Pat Dixon, made a clip of it. Imagine that. The person who clips you
is a bigger channel.
Lets more people know about what you said. Like, Patrick will do like 700 people. We'll do 1,000 in the morning. So we have a bigger audience than Patrick does. We're also on more platforms than Patrick is. So, but Pat Dixon has the unfortunate problem of the people who clip him have a bigger audience than he does. So unless people are clipping you, nobody knows that you're mad at them and you want them to suck your dick. That's rough. That's almost worse than being upset in the first place.
Yeah, at that point, why bother having any emotion in it? You've invested too much time already.
The difference between Pat Dixon going on a stream and saying everyone can suck my dick and Pat Dixon staying at home and saying nothing is like that much. Just a tiny, it's the head of a pin difference.
But I wouldn't have gotten to hear his amazing Peanuts theme rendition.
Okay, can we at least admit one thing? The Peanuts thing was good. He did a good job with the Peanuts thing. Fair is fair.
And I know that's not a pleasant thing to say. Maybe I should just chill out, but...
Nah, keep going. Full throttle, Pat.
You ready for this?
Nope.
We should do a fucking Rumble stream together.
Gino and Pat Dixon doing a show together. I don't know. Like, the broken jaw thing was so long ago. Would people watch? Like, do people care about... Because it's not like Pat's going to bring you anything to the table.
Right. I feel like it's going to be just your fans and Pat's fans about it. Like, if you get enough of a word out about it, maybe people will show up because, oh, the beef, but it'd be a one-hit thing.
Yeah, like maybe the car crash aspect of it. People might want to do a little Gawker slowdown and see how it goes.
Yeah, and it's got to be, firing on all cylinders from the jump and stay hot the whole time if you're going to hold them.
But you shouldn't do you're right, but you shouldn't do a regular show together because, A, you're going to depend on Pat to be reliable. I don't think so. Yeah, so like a one-time stream thing. Okay, I think, you know what? People would bite. They'd check it out. At the very least, they'd check out the clips.
And if you can make it good, you could make a nice little hit.
Sure. Let Pat play the piano. Make it like a variety show.
Me and Pat Dixon should do a Rumble stream together.
Ew, is he legally allowed?
Is he?
Rumble? Oh.
Ew, gross. He's a woman. No.
Now, Keanu's saying woman beater, and My Lost Interest doesn't want that on his channel because that's an allegation.
Right.
Towards Pat Dixon, it's never been proven that Pat Dixon's ever beaten a woman. That's something Gino has said. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. We don't know.
Yeah, but I know he's a woman. Would I be allowed to call him a woman stream?
Yeah, you think he's gonna want to do a stream?
What are the comments on the Pat Dixon thing? Let's see the comments. Because you have to understand what I'm saying here.
No.
All right. 92 comments. Wow.
Wow.
I think Pat is in first place in the death pool. I hope Pat's okay. Jesus, get well soon.
Is
We
the
want
rest
you
of
to get
this?
well.
Here, let's
That's
skip.
a Seinfeld reference.
Eugene.
Yes, you're still not on.
Not YouTube anymore.
I'm not allowed on YouTube anymore. I'm not allowed on the YouTube anymore. I get it.
Did you hear me?
I got you.
You don't have it.
I got you. Well, let me say this. I'm going to say it real fast. My Lost Interest, clip that and tell them I'll do a stream with them. And anyone that wants to watch the stream, $100. $100 cover charge.
$100. Well, see, now that's where you're going to limit.
That's a little rich.
You're going to limit your audience there. I don't think people are paying. People want to see what that looks like, Pat Dixon and Gino together, but I don't think they $100 want to watch Pat Dixon and Gino together. And it's not like Pat's selling you more pay-per-views with that My Lost Interest clip he just put up.
Yeah, dude, no offense. Like, seeing the two of you meet and how that goes, like, could be interesting. But it looks like you're working with a real wet noodle over here.
Yeah.
He's got the piano.
Piano, you're right. It does exist. There is a piano. We could incorporate that into the show somehow. I don't know. Red Fox Mad with 199 says April should sell the pickup truck for a new start. I mean, maybe. Trucker 18 Wheeler with 499 says, who are the two people who Pat doesn't want sucking his dick? I mean, that's a question you'd have to ask Pat. Anything we give you is pure speculation.
One of them might be My Lost Interest.
We got a fake dono coming in. $20 from Sidewalk Turds. But Sidewalk Turds letting us know that it is a fake dono.
Thank you.
That he just sent in. Let's go to $1 from Aaron's Box. Says this was discussed last night. Melton and Dixon planned all of this, hook, line, and sinker. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That, Melton's never done a thing where he looks like a fucking idiot, and then he gets really concerned about people's opinion and then goes, I was joking. It was a bit. Mm-hmm. Classic bullied fat kid response. $35 away from tonight's goal, or from this morning's goal. I'm sorry. It's light out. It's officially morning. $35 away for today. Thank you guys very much. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, hit all of those things. Thank you very much for whatever contribution you make, whether it's monetary, whether it's likes, whether it's subscriptions. We appreciate all of them. And about 900 while we were doing that. Thank you guys very much. Let's climb up to 1,000. Hit that like button. It certainly helps the algorithm. We appreciate it. Just hit that little thumbs up. All right, now we can finally get to the drones.
Yes, the drones.
The drones, the all-important drones. The Breakfast Club. It's amazing where we get our news from now because our regular news sources have been shit for a long time. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like when the Roman Empire broke up and these tiny little kingdoms popped up in their place. Like you had Saxony and you had you had Naples and you had the Sicily and you had it would just be all these little mashed in little fiefdoms that took over for the Roman Empire. Now people are piecing together their news from Charlemagne the God and Joe Rogan and Stephen A. Smith and Alex Jones and they're grabbing shit from all different walks of life. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I think is good because a lot of these people, while they may have their political opinions, they're not married to their biases.
Okay.
And they're not financially motivated by their biases. They're financially motivated by other things. Like Rachel Maddow is motivated by her political bias.
Yep.
Right? She is the liberal. She's the progressive lesbian, and she's got to be that. Charlemagne the God is not really known for that. Charlemagne the God's fandom and personality is not tied to him being a certain way politically. That's why you see him break from time to time. Stephen A. Smith, same thing. His bread is buttered on the sports end of things, not the political side of things. So he can jump all over the place. In fact, it was Stephen A. Smith who said yesterday or this weekend, he said, if you want me to stop believing all these Trump conspiracy theorists, stop making them right.
Yeah.
Fair point. So the Breakfast Club had Pete Buttigieg on. And what I've noticed between Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, and Charlemagne the God, black people especially are nervous about these fucking drones in New Jersey. And the reference I keep hearing them all make is Independence Day. They're all worried.
The movie?
Yeah. The Martina McBride song. It's big in the hood.
No. No, I meant like, are they like, oh, we got to rise up against the government? Or are they like, hey, man, these are the motherfucking aliens? Like,
they're worried that it's something fucked up. They can't put their finger on it. The black people I've heard from, the limited research that I've done on this subject, they can't put their finger on it, but they're uneasy. They don't know what it is. I believe the loose nuke thing.
The loose nuke thing makes the most sense. Do we have the clip of what Trump said about the drones?
Yeah, we have that, and we'll play that in a little bit. But
okay,
when it comes to we went to Real Raw News yesterday afternoon.
Yes,
and Real Raw News believes that it is because apparently the white hats killed a bunch of red hat contractors at this base where they're flying these drones, and they captured an engineer and they codenamed him Donaldson. And this engineer, Donaldson, who works for the Red Hats on these drones, says that they are hologram projectors. And they projected an image of Jesus telling people to resist Trump onto a hangar wall where they had him captured. And then, so these drones can project whatever thing they want up into the sky. They can make it look like God is telling you to do things. Yeah.
That's the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard.
That's what the Real Raw News said.
I'm going to go ahead and say no on that one.
Oh, wow. Just rejecting that one.
Dun babies and all that stuff. Like, okay. Elvis Presley fighting drug cartels, sure. Michael Jackson stopping the children traffickers. All right.
Female cop, gun drawn.
Female cop.
Doggo, female cop. Yeah, I get it.
All right.
Sam Show says, of course you believe the loose nuke thing. It's the sexiest story. Well, it makes sense, too. Like, from the air, you're like, look, thermal scanning for nuclear shit.
Even the people doing it are like, man, those nukes are hot. They're sexy. Those
nukes are sexy. If I find a nuke, it's going to be so sexy. It's going to be sexy sex for those nukes. Sex nukes. The nukes are shaped like dicks. Ooh, I'd like to have a nuke inside me. I'd like to have an explosion. She did shit like that all the time on the show. Am I wrong? Because I'm starting to realize it now. Everything was a fucking sex.
Kind of.
Yeah. Oh, I'd explode if there was a nuke in me. Cool. Yeah. Oh, sex again. Great. Sexy sex. All right, so Pete Buttigieg was on the Breakfast Club because that's where you go for, to face the fire. You go talk to Charlemagne and DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club about the drones. Let's see what he had to say. Oh, thank you, Mediaite, for giving us a 38-minute clip and not giving us any fucking timestamps. Yay! Did you timestamp it on the link you gave us? Nope. You sure didn't,
America wouldn't be ready. We don't have the chargers. We don't have the grid. Electrical workers, a lot of other people. Not the stuff that's dominating the attention of a place like Capitol Hill. Because if you were born when my parents were,
nobody cares.
We went through a process of.
He really is only there because he sucks dicks, isn't he? Like, Pete Buttigieg only has this job because he's a homosexual. If Pete Buttigieg was straight, he would just be a boring... Like, I don't even think he would ever hold an office.
No.
He'd hold an orifice.
His identity is his entire value and worth.
Right. Where he sticks his dick is the only reason he has a career. It's wild.
And to be fair, he's not the only one that's like that in this administration at all.
No.
We've seen it in a couple of other positions. I personally believe the Veep position was that way. And then what was it? We had that Sam Brinton or whatever that was on like the Nuclear Commission and would probably still be there if he didn't get caught stealing people's luggage.
Wait, time out. He was in charge of the nuke shit, right? And he stole luggage, right?
Holy crap, did we just put something together without even trying?
The drones, Sam Brinton stole nukes on his way out. And the drones are looking for that mega queen Sam Brinton. They're scanning his lipstick and seeing if they can see it from the sky with their drones so they can get the nukes that he stole. Guys, we figured out the drones. Sam Brinton stole a nuke, and the drones in New Jersey are looking for Sam Brinton. It makes female cup.
And it's tragic. I'm terrified about what's going to happen. Because
Shut
as
up,
soon
giant
as-
glasses.
By the way, they've done this for other departments too. They went after the small businesses.
No.
We'll
Money
be,
was that costing?
we're $16 billion into it.
Jesus.
No.
So
Democrats want you to run for governor of Michigan.
No.
because that could throw
Yep.
the race potentially.
No.
Defense here, but we're doing that. Rail workers, when we came in out,
drones.
And the biggest thing that we can do about that is competition, right? I mean, it's just great.
Drones. We
But
want to hear
you
about
have
the
to
drones.
choose- It's opt out rather than opt in. And
On that, but yeah, I just would like for things to feel fair.
politics, look, you also tend to take more risks when you're
Nothing on the
you were
drones?
right on the things that affect everyday life. Flight restrictions.
They're manned drones.
Oh,
There's people in them.
Well, no. Does it mean? I thought manned drones meant they were just being like operated specifically.
Did
by
I just
people.
say
That's
some-
weird?
Did I
How
just
does
say
that-
something really retarded?
What's I don't know what it. Well, I mean, like the way you say it could be true, but then it wouldn't be a drone if it had a pilot.
Right.
In it.
It's not a drone if it's piloted.
Yeah.
So manned drones. Does that mean there's a guy with a remote control controlling each one? I thought that was all drones.
Yeah. Well, no, some of them can be operated on like AI and like pre-programmed like computer flight paths and things. Like, for example, if you're using them to, as you would say, scour a grid looking for nukes,
why would I
you
say
could
that?
program that into a computer.
Oh.
And the computer, like you could have the drones up and the computer could be running multiple drones and you could simply have the feeds pop up when one of them sparks like, hey,
So-
we got a heat signature worth looking at here.
Oh, I also owe Mediaite an apology. The reason they didn't timestamp it is because they did this right away.
Yeah.
So I'm a fucking asshole, and I apologize.
Deliveries.
But I don't like this shit. He's doing bureaucrat shit. Where we asked you a specific question, what the fuck is going on with these New Jersey drones? And he's like, drones are crazy, right? And it's like, no.
Are you
that's-
going to actually answer the question word salad?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, aren't drones wild? Because we're going to have drones, and there's going to be more. Got it. What's going on in New Jersey, Pete? What are we looking for? Did Sam Brinton steal nukes or no? True or false? We're looking for Rachel Levine's dick in New Jersey. Yes or no? A question you don't get from CNN. Whose man's is this?
Whose man's is this?
Whose man's is this?
Like, who are these people? Like, and why is it okay? And why wouldn't they inform the public beforehand?
Yeah, so they know more than I do on the law enforcement side about.
Yeah, like why the fuck would you know anything about air travel and shit that's up in the air? You're just the Department of Transportation secretary. I'm just here to be a face that sucks a lot of cocks for the Biden administration. I don't actually do anything. Haven't you seen how many planes have been grounded since Biden's been president? I'm just too busy taking it in the shit cutter to notice. Fuck. Pete Buttigieg is completely useless. Remember when there were Democrats who thought this guy should be their next like presidential guy?
Yeah.
And now
something tells me he blew a few people for those favors, in my opinion.
now they've demoted him to they want him to run for governor of Michigan. That's what he's been demoted to now. That's how bad he fucked up being the Secretary of Transportation. Hey, you want to run for governor of Michigan? No, nobody does. Wasn't he the mayor of South Bend, Indiana?
I have no idea, but after what happened with the trains and everything else, I don't know that anyone would want to vote for this guy.
So, by the way, thank you to A-Train for sending this in. Manned drones is a phrase that is technically incorrect, as a drone is by definition an unmanned aerial vehicle, meaning it does not have a pilot. Therefore, manned drones would refer to a piloted aircraft, which is simply called a manned aircraft.
Right.
So the drone must be there's a person navigating it. Would be a manned drone.
I don't know. Like I said, that's the only thing I can think of for the manned drone thing. Means
Or-
it's directly.
Or hear me out on this. Maybe the person reporting this is fucking stupid.
That is also true.
Yeah.
Seen over Jersey.
Oh, shit. Charlemagne's going with aliens? This is why I love black guys having theories on shit. They always get wild. I like
You getting
this.
aliens and shit, dude.
So Charlemagne's going with aliens?
Apparently.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go. Nukes, aliens. Let's make it something cool. They're going to end up arresting a 7-Eleven shoplifter, and they're going to be like, got him. We got the guy we were looking for. Little scoundrel. Not.
Well, I mean, in theory, the most likely place to begin an alien invasion would be in the center of the country because it's where the response might be the slowest.
Maybe the aliens that are invading need an open access to water sources. And New Jersey's
still
on
have,
the
like
coast.
Minnesota and the great, but it gets cold.
Right?
Maybe.
Our
Maybe.
lakes are frozen, homeboy. They ain't coming here.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather go to Miami? It's nicer. Like, wouldn't you rather go on the equator side?
Okay,
Like,
how about
you're gonna-
this? Maybe the aliens are Jews, and they're racist towards Cubans, and they want to be close to their people. So New York and New Jersey, they're Jew aliens. What?
Motherfuckers, I'm finding Jews.
Yeah. What if what if that's the case?
And you guessed it, a Jew.
That's kind of a shitty take. Like, if
What?
we're gonna dispel that this was aliens, let's dispel it the right way. Let's come up with something reasonable. Like, should the aliens invade Botswana first? You're not going to get a lot of resistance to the alien technology.
I mean, it depends on how hard you need a foothold. Because like if even our technology, like in America, is no match for you, then I feel like taking out, like, you know, for lack of a better term, kind of like the prison yard scenario. You take out the biggest, meanest, toughest guy, and everybody else goes, "Oh fuck, I can't fuck with this person."
I suppose you take out the United States first, the whole thing kind of comes falling down.
Yeah.
They're saying Cliff High believes in dun babies. Get the fuck out of here, really? So Cliff High thinks it's aliens. Who is this Cliff High guy? Was Cliff High onto something about... Oh, shit. I don't know anything about this guy. Cliff?
Who's Cliff High?
I need to know. Futurist aliens predictions for December 3rd take off online. Could this be the December 3rd alien invasion Cliff High predicted? Oh, shit. There's a lot of clips from the Breakfast Club about this guy.
Okay, but if it were an alien invasion, so what? Our government's doing nothing about it?
People on the chat are saying Cliff High is a major schizo. I need to see this guy. Cliff High. Sci-fi world. Blue-haired demiurge. Cliff High Explorer's Guide to Sci-Fi World. The Force wants you. Cliff High Explorers. Cliff High interviews Jean-Claude. Not is it Van Damme? No, it's not Van Damme. Just a guy named Jean-Claude. Roundtable Cliff High interview with Jordan Sather and Jean-Claude fighting the blue chickens. All right, I'm fucking in. I will listen to this.
What the fuck is a blue
Remove
chicken?
The YouTube feed, yes. Remove, yes, and yes. Okay. So let's just double check that we're still running good here.
None of the solar flash was not mentioned. The blue dirty trick. Yoga classes. That was about it, right? Anyway, I did an analysis, and you'd be shocked at who owned all the stock. So in my opinion, they may have damaged Jay and Gaia deliberately to do some damage to someone or whatever, but it was also the CIA writing the stock up.
Nice.
Okay, so
I like Cliff High.
They created the phenomena of, all right, so in 2002, my data set picked up the flat Earth meme being pumped out of the E-ring of the DOD on the third floor of the E-ring, okay? And so it was an artificial meme created by the Department of Defense. I figured it was for propagation sampling to see how long it took to get into what communities, that kind of thing. And so they're using those same techniques. And they probably had, in 2002, they'd probably decided, okay, blah, 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 we've got this, we've isolated this group. A lot of them are centered around Gaia. And someone in the CIA said, well, we can use Gaia to do this. Someone else said, oh, hey, maybe we can also pick up a little change, right?
So Cliff High, all right, I like this guy. He's fine. Cliff High is basically saying that the Department of Defense started the flat Earth thing so that they could see how quickly they could spread bullshit and people would buy it.
Right.
And now the flat Earth thing has been picked up by weirdos, and they're convinced that the Earth is
running
flat.
with it.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. Jfish says Project Bluebeam hats are laughing their asses off. Yeah, we learned about Project Bluebeam yesterday on Real Raw News.
Really?
They're behind the drones, too. Let's go to Eaton Clams. He says, breaking news, Johnny's Meat Emporium adding human meat to the menu to cater to aliens. BOGO sale on dark meat. Wow. It's kind of racist.
1,
dude.
no meat emporium. 2, no. That is highly illegal and probably incredibly gross.
It's really racist.
I don't support cannibalism.
Yeah.
What are you?
It's racist.
Are you Joe Biden?
I hope it's not true because it makes you look bad. Pakistan with 199 says, and everyone thought Riley Martin was crazy. Yeah, right. $35 away from this morning's goal. Thank you guys very much for your contributions. Go ahead and finish off that last 35. The Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo links are in the chat. You can also check out the Super Chats, the Rumble Rants, the gifted memberships, etc. Let's see if we can finish it off for today. Again, just $35 away. Whoa. Hold on a minute.
What? Something up?
I'm getting some I'm sorry, guys. I hate when this happens. I was checking a clip we're using on Twitter. I'm getting God damn it. Has this guy been credible on his inside sources? Yeah, you know what? This guy's been pretty good. This guy's been pretty good on his sources. A guy named Scott.
Okay.
He's giving me some info on some stuff that could go down today. I'm not going to report on it until I know for sure. I literally just got this in a DM. It's very exciting. It's very exciting, interesting news on some events that could go down today. I'm sorry. I know people are going to clip this and they're going to go, fuck you, Aaron, for being vague and shit like that. I don't want to say anything that I can't confirm. I'm literally sitting here on air, so I can't dig in and confirm if any of this is true. I can't make phone calls to see if any of this is true. I'm excited to make phone calls to see if any of this is true, but I got a DM from a guy, and he's pretty credible. He said some stuff before that ended up coming true. I don't know how people get their hands on this fucking information, though. I wish they would tell me. I'm sorry, I'm doing it again, aren't I?
I just wish someone would clip that part where you said, I got a DM from a guy, and you had kind of an excited inflection. It was just nice.
McBuster says, sounds like a Kiki nothing burger. I know. It sucks, but I saw it in real time, and I'm sorry. Now I feel bad. Now I did that fucking gay thing where you go, ooh, I see something. I'm reading something, but I can't tell you. I know it's fucking gay. I'm sorry. But you guys are going to call me gay no matter what. So,
right?
Yeah, Das Optic Nerve says it's very exciting, but I'm not going to talk about it. Dude, I don't want to look like an asshole. If I'm wrong about what this guy sent me, we both look like fucking assholes. And if I don't say specifically what it is, just he'll look like an asshole privately.
There you go.
It all works out in the end, says allegedly. Allegedly doesn't work in this situation because that's giving it away too. All right, shut up. We're done. I'm going to go to confession after the show. If by confession you mean I'm going to pick up my car after the show. All right. Wow. Okay, this is someone who's getting their information right from he's currently messaging me now. Stop!
What do you mean stop? I can't. You're the one doing all this. I'm just the one going, ooh, what's the goth?
All right, I'm done. I'm moving on. I got other
What's
shit.
the hot goth squirmy seat?
I got other shit to do today.
You got that alfalfa hair in the back there. What's going on?
God damn it. I didn't think anybody saw it.
No, dude, I'll give you this. It conveniently blended with the front when you're looking straight on, but yeah, no, it was there. Especially when you stare down looking at that sweet goss that I know you want to talk about. You should probably just throw it out there. It's just
Let's just say it's not a rumor. Someone definitely has to find a place to live. And that's straight from the horse's mouth. Somebody definitely has to find a fucking place to live because someone else said that person's got to go find a fucking place to live or else.
Okay.
All right. That's all That's all there. And I could be talking about 7 billion people in this world. Okay, let's go ahead and get to this Kyle Kulinski clip. Usually I don't play Kyle Kulinski shit. If you don't know who he is, he's a liberal commentator, liberal podcaster, but he's been on like Rogan and shit. He's seen as one of those like liberals who's not too out there and crazy. But I thought this was a real shitbag move of him. Kyle Kulinski, who Rogan has put on his show multiple times and always been very nice to him and very polite. And Kyle Kulinski's even going to say that Rogan's been polite to him on his show. Completely fucking shivs Rogan during a guest appearance on the Majority Report, Sam Cedars show. Let's go ahead and check this out. This is Kyle Kulinski. I've always disliked this guy because I thought he was a pompous douche. He's one of those guys who doesn't know any more about politics than you or I or the average guy just watching. But he
pretends he does?
Oh, man, he knows it. He's got his finger in the pulse. But he's wrong half the time like all of us are.
Yeah, at least I admit from the jump that I'm tarded.
But you know what the reason this guy keeps getting propped up is because liberals will have him on his show because all of his like little calls or his takes line up with what they want.
He's an echo.
Yeah, he's a charismatic guy who will give you exactly what you want to hear. And there's always going to be a market for that. So here's Kyle Kulinski snaking the fuck out of Joe Rogan, if I do say so myself.
Then you're fake independent media. You're not real independent media. And I'm now going to war because what we saw is a lot of these people like Joe Rogan, I was there. I was on his show 4 or 5 times. He would sit there and nod in agreement when I would make anti-Trump arguments and arguments in favor of a left-wing worldview.
Yes, he was being polite to his guests. That says a lot about lefties and the way they treat people and the way they handle disagreements. They're like, I was saying my position on things as a guest on his show, and Joe Rogan nodded, actively listened, and let me speak.
That means he agrees with everything I say.
That means he's being nice. That means you're his guest. Some people still believe when they do a show that their guest is to be treated as such, which, by the way, that leads me to ask, what would you think about Bob Levy coming on the show sometime?
That'd be cool. That'd be fun.
I should DM Bob and see if he'll come on the show.
Then 3 weeks later, Ben Shapiro would come on and say the exact opposite of me on every issue, and he would nod along in agreement, right? And so at some point, you got to call a spade a spade. You're not.
Whoa, easy. We say person of color now.
Jesus, you racist.
That is not very progressive at all.
So wait a minute. Your problem with Joe Rogan is that he had 2 guests of differing opinions, and when they voiced their opinions, he just went, huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Joe Rogan had me on, and I said my liberal horseshit, and he nodded. Then he had Ben Shapiro on, and Ben Shapiro said his conservative horseshit, and he nodded. Maybe Joe Rogan thinks that you're both full of shit, and he's being nice to you.
And he's trusting his audience to hear both of your opinions and figure out what the fuck they believe on their own.
Right. Joe doesn't need to tell his audience what to think. They'll do that on their own. They'll listen to you guys, and then they'll think whatever they think. Joe Rogan probably knows there's enough groupthink in his audience already. He doesn't need to go telling them. All these guys think protein waffles are the shit and that Buffalo Trace is the best bourbon. Which, Jesus fucking Christ, guys, get a hold of yourselves. Rogan started that, getting people on Buffalo Trace. It's like, look, I'm not a bourbon snob at all. Like, I can't taste anything over like an Angel's Envy or Basil Hayden, which is like $60 a bottle or so. Not crazy expensive, but not cheap. Anything after that, I don't get it. Like, I'm like, okay, this, I can taste why Angel's Envy is better than, say, Knob Creek or Bullet. But I can't taste why Old Forester is better than Angel's Envy.
Fair enough.
I don't have that sophisticated of a palate.
I don't like Bullet. Bullet bourbon.
Oh, I was going to say. I'm sure some days they seem tasty. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
Put his female cop, gun drawn, toggle, female cop.
Independent media, and you're clearly just a vibes-based voter, right? You cocooned yourself in this right-wing echo chamber where you got right-leaning UFC people and right-leaning comedians, and Dana White, his boss, is super right-wing and loves MAGA. He put himself in—
Wow, you hang out with men all the time, Joe Rogan. You hang out with men who beat up other men for a living, and you're all just a big bunch of bullies. This really does come off as the nerd yelling at the bullies.
Right? And again, let's remind ourselves, he was treated the exact same way on Joe Rogan's show. You weren't demonized or ostracized.
Right.
You were given your 5 minutes to behave the way you behave. Who cares who the fuck he hangs out with after that? He didn't tell his audience how to vote or how to behave.
I just, by the way, someone messaging me, Johnny, they're so upset that they're saying live chat isn't working for me, but this guy killed humans and sold the meat in burgers mixed with pork. I don't know if he's talking about you or he's talking about Kyle Kulinski, but either way.
I hope he's talking about Kyle Kulinski because I have no knowledge of whatever the heck he's talking about. So it better be that guy because otherwise I got things I have to learn.
But like, think about what Kyle Kulinski's doing right now. It's like you said, he just went on this show and said, Joe Rogan treated me the exact same way he treated Ben Shapiro, which is supposed to be what we're going for. And then he's like, and fuck Joe Rogan. Hangs out with the UFCs in a fucking echo chamber. By the way, the irony of a liberal progressive commentator going on Sam Cedars' show and accusing other people of being in an echo chamber.
Right?
I mean, this guy literally, he might as well say, Joe Rogan's in an echo chamber, echo chamber, echo chamber, echo chamber.
That's why I called him an echo, because he's in the chamber.
Oh my God. This guy's got so much echo, he should be a dolphin. That's a fucking old school Sega Genesis drop right
Dude,
there.
I know, right? That fucking game was crazy.
You could shoot is that the one where you could shoot the sonar weapon out of your nose? Yeah.
And then eventually you had to like swim through time. It was fucking weird.
It's fucking rad. It was a rad game. It was a rad game.
In this echo chamber, COVID helped to break his brain. And then look at that. He goes full MAGA. And you know,
COVID broke Joe Rogan's brain? You know both of these motherfuckers wore masks in their cars.
Mm-hmm.
And COVID broke Joe Rogan's brain. I only have one thing to say to that, Johnny.
What's that?
Wow.
Actually, Johnny, I only have one thing to say to that.
And there will be gorilla shit all over the Omni.
Actually, you know what, Johnny? I only have one thing that I can say to that.
What can you say to that?
Oh, you sound racist. Good. Yes. Yes, I am.
Doesn't make any sense. Johnny, I only have one answer to what Kyle Kulinski just said.
What's that answer?
What is the major problem, do you think?
Too much hormones.
All right, so Kyle Kulinski thinks that Joe Rogan spends too much time in an echo chamber and that COVID broke his brain. This is projection on a level Nick Rekieta would respect.
You know what?
I know.
That makes me look like a jackass.
Yes, we agree.
Yeah, we agree.
We agree. This makes you look like a jackass.
Like a jackass. A huge jackass.
May I, quoting you, sir, hee-haw.
Because I was the one going in there, taking him at face value, acting kind.
And he was fucking nice to you. He wasn't acting. You were acting kind. He was being kind. You're being an asshole right now, dude. And why? Because Joe Rogan won't vote with you. That's what this is about.
I went over there and he let me say everything I said. And if that's how he truly feels, then he should have been trying to viciously debate me the whole time. No. He let you use his platform to put out your message. What more do you want?
Yeah. But then he decided to vote for Trump. Wow, he exercised his own free will to decide on his own how he was going to vote.
And that's the real crime, is that you're not obeying.
Jesus Christ, guys. I will say this about liberals more than I will conservatives. They feel that votes and support and fealty are owed to them more than conservatives do.
His hand and walking him through it like he was a toddler on these topics. And then, wow, in retrospect, would you look at that? You completely flipped. I mean, we were defending him, unfortunately, way too late. right? When people were already on to, I don't know, man, you're saying a little bit more right-wing things
Right.
here. And we would be like, well, no, look, here's a compilation of all the times Joe Rogan said base things. He argued for universal health care. He argued for free college. He argued for higher minimum wage and this good thing.
Wow. So maybe, just maybe, you guys are moving left and Joe's not necessarily moving as far right as you think he is. Maybe, just maybe, Joe's not the one who's straying. Because Joe's always been all over the place.
Yeah.
Joe's always been a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll. Kyle
Deprivation therapy, taking ayahuasca. Look, man, the guy tries some stuff. Okay?
Right. Knowing lots of really funny people, also being friends with Brendan Schaub. Like, he mixes and matches, is what we're trying to say. This guy's a dick, dude. Like, Joe Rogan, he says, like, what gets me the most about this clip is that he says in the clip, Joe Rogan was really fucking cool to me. And Joe Rogan was also really cool to Ben Shapiro. You understand there's like 5 guys in all of media who are like that? And we should have as many of those as possible. And Kyle Kulinski just shits all over it because he didn't get his way this election. And make no mistake, that's what this is about. The election didn't go baby Kyle's way. So no, Kyle's going to yell at everyone he blames for it, including Joe Rogan, rather than blame himself for propping up Kamala Harris, the Democrats for picking a corpse in Joe Biden and letting him run for a while. Don't blame yourselves. Don't say that you guys are preachy and fucking obnoxious to most of America. It's got to be Joe Rogan being polite to everyone who's the problem.
It's not Kamala's fault for not going on Joe Rogan because
Right.
she can't handle, free-form conversation for 3 hours.
And not only that, Joe Rogan's a Bernie guy. So maybe it's you guys who are fucked up that causes a Bernie guy to vote for Trump. But you know what, Kyle? Forget what I said. It's probably all him.
And I would show that compilation and go, see, I don't know what you guys are talking about. But guess what? When you decide I'm going to endorse Donald Trump after he lied to your face relentlessly for the entire podcast, telling brazen lies, then I'm sorry, all the charity is gone, all the sympathy is gone, and I have to come to a different conclusion now. My conclusion of you could hold these people's hands and walk them through
Wow.
it and talk to them.
What a condescending cunt.
You're as real as your dye job, sir. Congratulations.
And why do you dye it like that? Is that supposed to make you look distinguished?
No, I think it's just so that way he doesn't have to tap his foot under the stall. You can just tell from looking at
Yeah,
him.
that's true. You can just look at his hair.
Yeah.
Because when he's down in your lap, you just see the top of his head.
Right?
That makes a lot of sense, Johnny. I appreciate that. I didn't know that before today.
Looks like a doily if you're above it.
Too much product in there, though. Hard to grab a hold of. It's all crusty and crunchy. I don't know.
You sure that's product?
Why are you saying I would know? Shut up. I just drink this shit.
Dude, it can't be jizz. I take those gorilla pills. I shoot across the room. All right?
Dude, I'm so upset I know that those gorilla pills exist.
She can't swallow. I'd blow the back of her brains out.
I guarantee he blows a load like a shotgun right through her back. All right. So Kyle Kulinski is saying, look, I tried to hold Joe Rogan's hand. I tried to educate him and teach him, but he didn't vote the way I wanted him to, so he must be a big, dumb gorilla.
Like their reason.
And there will be gorilla shit all over down there.
Reasonable and work it out. It just didn't work. It just didn't work. And that's why you see a much more bold, aggressive style out of me where I'm like, fuck these people and the horse they rode in on.
Whoa! Tough Western cowboy talk from the Metro Queer. Look out. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on, Joe Rogan. You and your $100 million, you cuck.
Dude, keep condescending to everybody. It worked out great last time.
It's going awesome, dude. Don't listen to Johnny's sarcasm. Keep talking down to people. Keep telling them that if they don't see it your way, they're uneducated. You are fucking crushing it, bro. You are doing it.
Because if what I did before didn't work, okay, I got to try a different approach now. So if it's just call these people the fucking frauds they are, well, then guess what? We're going to call them the frauds that they are.
But
dude, this guy's badass. This guy's fucking horde.
Your approach has been to condemn and treat anyone who doesn't agree with you like an idiot. And now you're just doing that with expletives.
Right. Now
How is this a different approach?
All right, I'm doing the same thing I was doing before. But get this.
Now I'm saying fuck.
Now I say fuck. You guys, like before, I was just saying you guys are retarded. But now I'm saying you guys are retarded as fuck. Yeah.
But don't be like hard on yourself in that way. I mean, Bernie Sanders did the same thing where he was trying to go there. And I thought at the point Rogan could be reasoned with in that way. And his audience, it was important to try to communicate with them. Like the thing is like.
But then Joe Rogan fell down during that track meet and he got up and he kept running. And he crossed the finish line with his dad. Fucking tard. God, these people. I got to say that this is like an interrogation, and I'm the detective leaving the room, and I just whisper to you before I leave, keep them talking. As long as these people keep talking, you'll have Trump 2024, Vance 2028, Vance 2032, Gabbard 2036. Like, you won't stop having not just Republican rule, but like MAGA rule for the next forever, because these people just sit there and they think that other adults, keep in mind, Joe Rogan's older than Kyle Kulinski. He doesn't want to hear from some twat go like, I tried to educate him. Keep condescending to people. Keep talking down to them and see how much support you gain.
And as people on your own side keep saying, while you do these things, stop proving the people you're demonizing right.
Yeah.
Because it really makes you look like shit in the end.
Stephen A. Smith is begging the Kyle Kulinskis of the world, stop making the people I don't like correct about you. And you just keep going, well, they're retarded. I'll just educate them.
Like, go on all these platforms. It's like why I went on Tim Pool, but I'm going to go there in a way where I'm not going to try to get invited back. Like, I'm going to go there and try to...
Right.
Good idea. Like, why go to a place where you can spread your message? And
yeah, why go to, how shall we say, enemy territory and attempt to open the eyes of people who don't agree with you? No, go there with hostile intent and make people who don't like you continue to not like you.
Imagine being so fragile in your opinions that you can't go on a huge show and you can't be nice and share ideas unless they bend to your will by the end of it.
Well, I will give her this, though. If you're going to go on Tim Pool's show and be hostile, at least there's that. I mean, he's always riding on the fence, so he might hop off and huddle because he's scared.
Hey. Respect.
Adversarial.
Right. At this point, specifically with explicitly right-wing outlets, you got to go in there and you've got to eat their lunch, because the only time that
sounds like a communist theft. I eat your sandwich, Joe Rogan.
Leftists get
That's okay. Joe Rogan's like 5'6". He only needs half the sandwich. And you know what? Joe Rogan's nice. He'll share. And then you can shit on him afterwards for sharing his sandwich.
Invited to
and then he shared a sandwich with Larry Elder, that fucking cunt.
These places is if you validate everything that they say.
Right.
And then that creates a perverse incentive for those leftist communicators as well, because there's so much more money on that side of the equation.
Did this lady just say that you have to go on those conservative talk shows and validate everything they say while bitching that these places were not validating everything she said, so she's not trying to get invited back? This is great.
And this dude kind of said his problem was that he went on Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan kind of, like, and nodded along, quintessentially validating everything he said. But then his great sin was to validate the next person, too. Like, okay. All right.
Oh, man. And Kyle Kulinski said, he's like, yeah, Rogan was really nice to me. And then he was really nice to the other guy. So fuck Joe Rogan. And then on the other side of their mouth, they went, well, they just all want validation and for you to tell them they were right. But that's what you're bitching about.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Thank you very much to Pakistan. I'm sorry, Pakistan. 199. He says, stop butchering my name. Say it right. You're right. Balin Dupree with $5 says, Aaron, what would you recommend is the best way for me to tell a man who is married to another woman that I am in love with him on his 47th birthday? That's an oddly specific question. Cocaine.
It's an oddly generic answer.
I'm trying to help.
Could be for anybody.
Yeah. We are $30 away from today. We're right there. If you want to finish it off, go ahead. Thank you to A-Train also for the $1 over on Venmo. He did not say it's a fake dollar. So thank you, A-Train, for the buck. $30 away from today. Go ahead and knock it out. Nice and easy today. It's been a very fun show. Thank you. Click like, hit subscribe, hit follow, whichever platform you're on. And keep that algorithm, as the kids say, bussin'. About 800 of you checking out the show right now. We were into the 900s at our peak today, and that's very, very, very nice. Thank you. The dude is the reason people think vaping is douchey. Oh, is Roots talking about you? Or is he talking about Kyle Kulinski?
He must be talking about Kyle Kulinski because, again, I don't vape. I'm smoking, like, literal, like, ground up flower. Yes.
Helgi says, hey, look, Aaron, you're not the only one who's constantly thinking about lunch. Bone Cold Fleas Austin says, Kyle Kulinski's married to Crystal Ball. Oh, of Breaking Points. Both are super annoying. Emma used to be on the Young Turks. Okay. Dive Bar correcting me saying, Aaron, that would be $29.30 away. Sorry. Did they say something about beating a dead horse or something like that? Because Stop Big Troon just said Chrissy's involved. Oh, no. Roots Calhoun says he's talking about that fucking dick bag with the hair.
Okay.
So that's definitely not you.
Yeah.
You're not the dick bag with the hair.
I am not.
Oh, man. I'm just looking at the thing that I just... okay, now I'm going to close it. I'm just going to close it, okay? I'm going to close it because it's unfair to people.
Yeah.
This isn't right. I need to stop. I'm going to close it. I'll get my news after the show. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Get my news
after the show.
Repeat that over and over. Johnny, you and Sam show will love this clip.
All right.
This clip is 36 seconds long. I was just going to hit play and go to the bathroom, but I think I found the most Jewish guy ever. Do you want to see him?
That's a high bar.
I think I found the most Jewish guy ever.
Okay, let's see it.
He's complaining about how much he hates his phone.
Okay.
So
a lot of people do.
I just want you to tell me if I'm on the right track when I show you the visual of who I believe to be the Jew. Like, I think this guy is so Jewish, he's the Jew.
Okay.
We're going to go. I'm not going to play the clip yet.
All right, you're going to use the restroom first?
No, you let me know if this looks like the most Jewish guy ever.
We are definitely in the running.
We're in the ballpark? Okay. So
unless this is a bar mitzvah, we are really up there.
So maybe the way he speaks can nail it, can bring it home?
Or exonerate him. It could go either way right now, but it's not looking good.
I'm not going to pause this. We're not going to take a break. I'm just going to play the 36 seconds. Are you ready?
Yeah.
We need to vote at the end of this. Is this the most Jewish guy ever? Here we go.
I hate the phone. I really hate. I think it's a wonderful marvel of human ingenuity, but it's a Yetzer Hara trap. I really believe that. So I've set limits on my phone. I tried to turn things off. I blocked certain websites. Thank God. And so I'm hoping to curb the Yetzer Hara. That's my hope. But I'm sometimes the Yetzer Hara wins. Sometimes I lose time for Gemara because I'm doing who knows what.
Yeah.
But I'm trying my best to hate the phone.
It's got to be the setting, right? Like they're doing some sort of like, hey, we're Jews and we're talking show, and that's so like he's leaning in to the hat, the posture, the accent, the language, the syntax. He's every bit of the character. No,
that's just a Jewish guy.
He's the Jew.
Do you know how many people watch this show in the South and just yelled to their wives, "I fucking told you." You always tell me at Thanksgiving when I use that voice that it's a stereotype. Well, this motherfucker just said Yetzer Hara. Sometimes I make time for Gemara. Sometimes it's a Yet Sahara trap.
Look, I hate the phone. I don't.
You know how
It's a marvelous invention of human ingenuity.
I hate the phone. I did look. It is the wonderful invention. People worked very hard on it. Yes, I understand. They finance them now, which is great for us. I get it. God bless. But it's a Yet Sahara trap. I've got to block the websites. I've got to, limit my time on the phone. I have to make time for the Gemara. This is a Yet Sahara trap.
I have to turn it off for the Sabbath. This is a problem.
By the way, I had no idea what a Yet Sahara trap is. Still don't know what a Yet Sahara trap is, but I'm using it from now on.
All right.
Yet Sahara trap is now in my vernacular.
You're just going to call everything a Yet Sahara trap. Don't. It's a Yet Sahara trap.
Someone's going to say, oh, man, I got this really good deal on this presentation, and I get to go to this hotel and casino for free. I'm like, it's a Yet Sahara trap.
I got this letter from this Nigerian prince. Says $10,000. That's all he needs. And the return is like $1 million.
I think that's a Yet Sahara trap. Feel me? Why? Like saying it not in that accent makes it even better too. Because
look, if I putt too hard or if I hit too hard with my driver, I'm going to end up in the sand over there.
You know what, Aaron? Honestly, I know it's 120 to the pin, and the wind is blowing in towards me. I think I can take my wedge, and if I bust it, I think I can put it on the green. I'm like, or you can take your 9, you can take something off, you can get it there. I think that pitching wedge is a Yet Sahara trap, but do what you want to do.
It's your game.
I was more Jewish, actually, than I wanted to be.
Yeah, dude, like you leaned into that one.
Los Federales says he's the final Jew boss. Technically, all of us are bosses. Approachable says, is anyone else curious how they get that little hat to stay on their head? I have no idea.
They lean forward all the time, and it's a balancing thing.
Coltrane with $1 says Aaron almost got up and started goose stepping while saluting the Fuhrer. I did not. I was very entertained by that guy. I was very entertained by that guy's commentary.
I don't know. We can't blame the leg jumping on the goal today. So then, what was the cause, sir?
I was getting antsy. You're right. I wanted to
turn into Thumper over there.
McBuster's calling him Gefelta bitch. Second, it'll come back. It always does. It's back. Sorry. OBS disconnected. It's back. There we go. I don't even know. It's probably still working for people. It's all right. Now we're looking good. Nope. We've changed subjects. We're going to talk about, what are we talking about next? Nope. This is definitely an OBS problem. Actually, I'm doing an internet speed test. It may not be an OBS issue. These sites still come up. It's not an internet issue. It's an OBS issue for sure. All right. I'm going to disconnect and reconnect.
Okay.
Because everything else is working fine. Yeah. Now we're good. We're totally fine. Oh, nope. It's coming back down again.